welcome to Tales from the Tao. My name is Frankie, and this is my co-host,
Stan the Man.
We are excited to talk to you about our Magic wrap-up for the year 2025. But before we do, Stan, how was your holidays?
I thought it was going to suck, and it was actually pretty good. I had a good time. We had no plans going into the holidays, except for I always go to my aunt's, typically, if I don't do stuff with Winter's family.
Sure.
And since Winter's family didn't want to do anything, obviously you already know, but like because Winter's dad passed away, her mom has not wanted to do anything. And so we're like, okay, no worries, we don't have to do nothing.
Sure.
And then last minute, she's like, actually, I do want to do stuff, and I want you guys to host it, and you should invite Stan's nuclear family, like my family. Because my mom and my nuclear family, we don't celebrate Christmas, because that's just how we grew up. Still Christian, just not Christmas Christian.
Sabrina does the same.
Right. So that's just how I grew up. And so if I ever did Christmas stuff, it'd be with my other side of my family that does do Christmas. And so my mom hates it too, that whenever we host, she's like, we're not supposed to do this. I'm like, no, it's just a get together, you know. Anyways, here's your Christmas gift. Got him. And then, so yeah, Winter's mom was like last minute kind of shoved that on us, and Winter signed up to work both days. So I felt really bad for her. I was off because the store was closed. I was just like, I wanted to just enjoy my day. I guess we have to do all this stuff, whatever. But like, I actually really like family stuff, so it didn't turn out to be a bad thing for me. And it was nice, you know. I had part of my family over. My mom actually got sick. Luckily for me, her birthday is the 27th. So today's her birthday, I believe.
Yeah.
If it's not midnight. And then Sunday we're gonna go to dinner, which I'm happy for. And Winter's mom's actually coming for once, makes me even more happy.
Oh.
Because she never wants to do anything with our family. And she's finally getting out of the house more. You know, we've been like messing around a bit. I kind of like try to joke around, keep things, you know, like light, but you know how I joke around.
Yeah.
Like we get into like some fucked up humor. But anyways, it was a good time. Can't complain. Got to hang out with family. And then honestly, hanging out with my aunt's family, everything was so chill.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. And nobody ever looks into my stuff, so it doesn't really matter, but I'll tell you. But one of my cousins, I didn't realize, was in prison for 6 months. And I guess it's just jail or something. I don't know. But he was locked up for a bit. I didn't actually know because I didn't see him on Thanksgiving, so I just assumed he was with somebody else. And I gave him a ride home because he was staying in Elgin on the way back, so that my cousin didn't have to drive him to Palatine, his brother. And I was like, or he had to drive to Elgin and then go to Palatine. I was like, I got it. I'll just take him home, whatever. He was on the drive home telling me, oh, thanks so much for the ride. I haven't seen the kids in a minute because he has kids. And he was going to have to leave early, but he wanted to spend as much time with the kids as possible, you know, before going home. And I was like, oh, no worries, you know, that's cool. And we just had like a heart-to-heart for like the 30-minute ride home, and it was like super refreshing, like getting to know him on that level. And then like cousin I don't really get to talk to that much, but
Sure.
Seeing him like kind of like moving towards the right path and getting off of like, you know, bullshit, you know, it is what it is. He's black for what it's worth, so like a lot of times, not saying he hasn't gotten into stuff in the past, but what he got locked up for this year was kind of bullshit, you know, like nothing. And then like if you have priors, they're always a little bit extra strict with you.
Yeah, my grandfather, when he got put in for the second time, like because it was a repeat offense, like all of his offenses in that arrest were petty.
Yeah.
But because it was his second time going to prison,
right.
it was
they were extra harsh on it.
It was like 14 years that second time.
Right, which that's what happened to my cousin, unfortunately, because he was really rowdy when we were like between 16 to 20. All that prior history really bears down on him. Whenever he could get a traffic ticket and they're like on his ass. But he's trying to get better and stuff. So I was really happy to see that, and it kind of made me feel really good, you know, like I'm like, hey man, you know, if you want to see the kids, fuck it. You're in Elgin, come to the shop, bring your son. I'll teach him Pokemon, whatever. We can do hangouts. It's funny too, because his youngest son looks just like my little brother when we were like, I'm 13 years older than my brother, so he looks just like my little brother when they were like 6 or whatever at that age. Same curly hair and everything, so it's like so weird looking at him. I'm like, because my brother's 18 now, but when I see him, I still see the little one, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it was good for me. How was yours? I know you got to hang out with Sabrina and stuff, and That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was good. So she came by, and like overall, it was a really nice day. The only thing that was kind of a bummer was like, it was a bit hectic for Christmas. Like even for my family, like a little hectic. It normally is hectic because it's my whole extended family coming together in one house, and so it's my
Yeah, you guys go to Jace's, right?
My other aunt and uncle.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's them and their 4 kids.
Whew.
And then Jace.
And then Jace's family,
which is my aunt and uncle, their 3 kids. Jace's younger sister is now married. The youngest sister's boyfriend came. And
that doesn't include his 3 kids.
Yeah, and then Jason, his 3 kids.
Dang, that's awesome. Well, that's kind of how my aunt's family is. Like, we had like 50 people in the house.
Yeah, so which, by the way, no one else knows this, and it'll be like a in the coming future sort of a thing, but I think that Jason and Allie are pregnant.
Oh, actually, I think you're right. I want to say I was talking to Jace.
What?
I could be wrong, but I thought we were in Discord the other day, and he was like, he joined the call randomly and was like, hello, and I didn't recognize his voice.
Right.
And I was in a game, so I didn't look. And he's like, I'm Frank's better looking cousin.
Yeah.
And then we were like, I know, I was laughing. I was like, you guys look the fucking same.
Right.
Copy paste.
Right. That's why when I'll make jokes, and like this has been like a joke that he is like, oh my gosh, there's like a video of him from a kid where I was like, dude, you were so ugly. And he's like, if I'm ugly, you're ugly. And I was like, yeah.
True.
Yeah, right.
So it's
because I said true like on the video, like he loved that.
Yeah.
And so like that is like a
you ever it's like there's a meme. Have you ever played Call of Duty?
Yeah.
So like Modern Warfare 2 though.
Yeah.
So there's like a perk, like marathon, like quick draw, all those like perks you have on your guns and whatnot. One of the perks is called martyrdom. And so it's like when you die, you drop a grenade.
Yes.
And so like that's like the meme. Like if you like like you're self-burning, but like to take somebody down with you, it's like martyrdom. I love that one.
Wait, but what did he say?
What do you mean? Oh, sorry. Apologies. He joined the call. I could have sworn, I could be wrong because this was like a month ago, but I could have sworn because you know how I am, was like, we were just yapping. I think somebody else was in call with, it might have been like me, VJ, Gabe, or him. And we were already kind of like bantering because it's Gabe and VJ. I'm pretty sure these are who was with the call with. Maybe Jared. And I go, insert some kind of joke about like, hey man, pull out, or learn how to wear a rubber.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Or like, hey, is like, there's male birth control now. Which is the same thing I would do to my buddy Richard, Richard Thompson.
Yeah.
When he had his 4th kid, I was like, Richard, I literally told you after the 2nd one, you got to stop. And he was like, I know, but, Faith and I just really like to... And I was like, that's great. But you said you wanted more free time. And you already have 3 kids. And then he got the 4th one. She's great. But I was just laughing at him. I think now he's like done, But I was telling Jason, like, you should be done. And then he was like, well, I don't know if it's going to work. Maybe next one or something like that. Some kind of like insinuation. Not like, he didn't basically say that, but it felt like the energy, like what he said. Like I was playing the league. I was like, oh, okay, well, that sucks. or happy for you.
Yeah. So, his wife like always looks nice, and she's smaller.
Right.
But
well, yeah, senior women you can tell right away. But Josh came in with his wife like a couple days ago because they're in town from San Diego.
What?
Yeah, but he only stopped at the shop for like 20 minutes.
He sucks.
I know.
You can hear it from me. You suck, dude.
Yeah, Josh, you fucking suck.
Didn't even tell me.
But yeah, they just had the baby reveal today. It's a boy. Congrats.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
that's mind-blowing.
Yeah, but Valentina came in, and she's skinny too. And I was like, touch belly? I was like, oh my God, it's like, she looks like me. Anyways, go ahead.
So like you could tell that like she's wearing clothes that like just have a little bit.
Oh, like the Thanksgiving clothes?
Yes. Not that extreme, but yes, in that area. And then she goes and asks, she's like, does this eggnog have like alcohol in it?
Ooh.
And we were like, yep. And when I heard that, I was making drinks. And I had like 5 drinks for the holidays. which also made it hectic for me because the first like 2 hours
Yeah,
I
you were
was
like,
just like, yeah.
You felt like a bartender. What's your order?
I for Thanksgiving made a bunch of pre-made cocktails. Like you just pour in a ton, and then you could just be like, "Cool, pour this one. Here you go. Pour this one.
Yeah.
Here you go." I did not, and I was like, "Oh, I need to do this more often." Didn't do it for Christmas, idiot.
Yeah.
But then I asked her, I was like, "Oh, do you have any IQ one?" And she was like, "Oh no, it's too early for me." It was like 1 o'clock. I was like, okay,
all right.
And so then like I text Jace's younger sister, the middle one, her husband. I was like, I told him about asking about the drink, and he was like, I'm just a little surprised they haven't made an announcement. But they did it for Odelia Day on Christmas.
Nice.
Like the kids walked out in shirts being like, I'm going to be a big brother or sister or whatever, both of them.
Yeah.
And so I was like, they're probably just trying to dodge that.
That's funny.
But
speaking of cocktail shakers, our like white elephant or whatever at my aunt's house, there was like 3 cocktail sets in the white elephant. I was just like, all right.
Probably all 3P shakers too, cobblers.
I have no idea. They were just like the sets, you know?
Yeah.
With like all the pieces you need and like the shot glass thing and everything. And then I was just loud, like 3 of them? Damn, all right. I put it in a blender. Winter bought a game, and then the company sent her not all of it, like 3/4 of it. And then she goes, oh, okay. I didn't get the whole thing. Oh, we're bad. Oh, sorry. We're sending you another one. Then they send another one. And then the other one that she ordered also comes in. Like the rest, so she gets like 3 copies of a game she ordered 1 copy of with all the expansions. And so she's like, I just have all these extra copies now. And then
Dope.
It's called Go Fuck Yourself. It's literally like Go Fish, but all the cards are like, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I played it with my stepdad actually. It was actually really funny. He was like, it was actually kind of hilarious when we were playing. My stepdad goes, do you have a Bitcoin, you fucking loser? And I just started laughing because first of all, my dad has a pretty strong accent. He's like full Mexican.
Yeah.
Like I had to help him pass a citizenship test. And so he's just like trying not to laugh at the cards. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like I have to like get him to do more stuff. Because usually he just like goes and does anything else. But that game, Winter put it, I was supposed to put that in my family's grab bag or white elephant or whatever. And she loses the extra copy at her family's white elephant that I didn't go to. They like do the thing, somebody gets the game, and she comes home with a blender. So she's like, oh, instead of that game, I'm just going to give you the blender I won at this white elephant for your white elephant. And then one of my cousins that ended up winning it, she was like, my blender just got broken by her sister had come home from Montana and was staying with her and broke her blender. I was like, well, it's literally planned. He has risen.
Okay, you know what's funny about you saying that? So, okay, this is on Christmas or Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And like I've not been shy on the podcast about like all the stuff that happened in my house last year.
Sure.
To like be in like the debt that I'm kind of in right now. And then like being unemployed for 4 months this year too.
Right.
So, it's Christmas Eve. I'm getting last minute stuff for my mom's stocking.
Okay.
And I'm walking through the store. I'm on the phone with Sabrina. I'm in Target, and this woman stops me, and she goes, hi. She goes, hi. And I was like, hi. And she's like, can I talk to you about something? And I was like, sure. And she just goes, hey, so I don't know if you're Christian or not.
Mm-hmm.
I am. And she goes, I am a missionary, and like pulls out her phone. She goes, this is the stuff I've been doing this year. Like, and I've been traveling all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm here and I'm trying to buy presents for my family. But I don't get paid for any of it.
Oh.
I don't get paid for the work that I do at all.
Yeah.
So like what I have in my in this cart is $130.
Yeah.
I have been asking people. I now need $70 left. Do you have any cash to like help me? And I just like got back from church, and like my uncle Steve, Jace's dad, his sister gave me a card with $30.
Nice.
And so I was like, I just got some cash. Here's $10. Like, hope you can go get your thing.
Finish it.
The next day, then and she was like super thankful and like prayed for me, and then we like walked away. The next day, my mom has this new game that she likes to do at Christmas, where like she has, it's almost like beer pong,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we're not drinking,
Sure.
and you like throw it in a cup, and you get to keep what's in the cup, and it's like
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
candy
Yes.
and a lottery ticket, and
There's so many of these games. We do like the saran wrap ball
yeah.
with the oven mitts.
Yeah. So I scratch off my ticket, $10.
Ha, that's awesome.
I was like, the next day,
Boom, get it back.
and Sabrina was like, "There's $10 back." I was like,
Planned.
"You're right."
That's so nice. I kind of like I kind of like that kind of stuff. I'm such a sucker for that. Ironically enough, I like so I grew up Christian. I'm not really like I don't go to church anymore, but
Yeah, I know.
I love those like sappy Christian movies. Love them. You know what I mean? Like the Kirk
I
Cameron
know
stuff.
you've been watching.
Yes, I've been watching
On
them
Discord.
all fucking week, or like the past 2 weeks. I've just been spamming them on Discord. I don't know why. I've just been in a mood to watch movies, and I made VJ watch like
It's like
7 of
4.
them with me.
Yeah.
Last night I found a new one. I didn't even know the guy had a new one. I was like, this one came out in 2019. Click.
Wait, what's the one?
It's called Overcomer.
Oh, okay, that's not the one. I was gonna say, if you still want to watch them, I know one that came out a few years ago.
Name.
I have to.
Show me later, maybe.
Yeah.
Because like the one I really like is called Fireproof. I wanted to show you that one.
I
I
make
VJ
fun
watch.
of I make fun of that movie all the time.
It's so funny.
I
I was
make fun
telling
of
VJ
that movie
like
all
the
the
best
time
scenes coming up.
because the thing is that like I don't think that the premise of the movie is that bad.
No,
like,
I think they're
the
actually
story,
think they're great.
I think the story is decent for that movie specifically, but the acting is so horrific
Yeah.
in that one.
Well, yeah,
that
I was
it's
explaining to VJ. I was like, okay, so these movies are like,
budget.
well, not just budget, but like people are making these with like a passion.
Yeah.
Like all the pretty much a majority of the people or everybody involved is like family or part of the church or they're all Christian people.
Yeah.
And they want to make a Christian movie. Great, more power to you, you know. But because of that, the level gap. There's like it's like when you play League of Legends. If I matchmake, I'm gonna get people in my elo pretty frequently, but it's gonna be all strangers.
Yeah.
You know. But if I go to my friend list and go, hey man, who wants to play League? First 4 slots that get filled, it's gonna be like, oh, this guy's in diamond, this guy's in bronze, this guy's unranked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like it's all over the place.
It's called The Resurrection of Gavin Stone. That's the movie.
Gavin Stone? I haven't heard that. I'll have
Yeah.
to check it out. But sounds familiar,
Shawn
though.
Michaels is in it.
Shawn Michaels? Oh, I might have heard of this one actually.
Shawn Michaels.
I might have heard of this one because of Connor then.
is in the movie. He is in the movie,
Mm.
and like some of the filming was at my church.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. I'll have to check it out. I'm pretty sure I know because of Connor, specifically with the wrestling thing. But yeah, so like, I was telling VJ, I was like, all these movies are so funny because you have somebody like Kirk Cameron who's like a really good actor, and then you have like the rest of the cast, you know, like
Some dude off the street.
Yeah, it's like these 3 guys can act, and then the rest of them are in the scene. So like oh man, it's so funny. Like Kirk Cameron, like in the scene where he's supposed to be like, they're deciding to get a divorce, you know, and he's just like going in like, I'm sorry to you, and then like the lady, she's just like. I'm just like, damn, they should have put me in, bro. Like I could have been his wife.
You would have pulled John Travolta.
Yeah.
John Travolta from Hairspray.
Yeah. But I was just like, yeah, because all the movies are like that I showed him. I think. Oh, I actually also got to watch Walk to Remember. You know, like the Mandy Moore one.
Yeah.
I love that one. It's funny because we like make fun of all like the really funny moments. Like I think in Fireproof, the main issue is that Kirk Cameron's addicted to prawn, which you can't say on YouTube. So you know what I mean. But when they're showing the scene, when they're showing the Karn the Great Creator scene, it's like he's in this like kitchen dining area and the corner computer, and it's like he's scrolling on Craigslist, and then a pop-up ad comes on. You know what I mean? It's like a pop-up ad. It's like, click here for more. And he's just like, my addiction, you know. I'm like, oh bro, what is this? It's just so funny. But I don't know why, I'm such a sucker for those movies. All like the feel good stuff is always like such a tearjerker for me, dude. I'll cry like at like a dog commercial, like Sarah McLachlan or whatever. Oh, I'm so the angels, and then like the sad puppy with the one eyeball.
Dude, I can't watch
I'm there
those.
like, no, let me adopt him. But anyways, yeah, that's it for Christmas. Let's get into this episode because we got to wrap up. New Year's is coming up, and we want this episode to be out before January. That was a pretty good segment. Let's segue into some housekeeping. As always, thank you so much for supporting the show. Shout outs to our patrons. From the top, we've got at the top tier, Tap Furiously with Gaia's Cradle, Christian Paz, and we've got Uncle Fred, our new member.
New member.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
the support. And then we've got at the next tier, Kiki Jiki Tap and Ruin Opponent's Life, Mike Paulini, Jose Gonzalez. Who was that? Actually, just at my RCQ.
Yeah, he texted me. He was like, "You want to go?" And I was like, "I can't. The show."
Yeah, the show. He was there though. It was cool. We had a good turnout. Jose Gonzalez, Michael Collin, Todd Sylvia, and Roosevelt Hopkins. Mike and Rosie have been coming for my Pokemon events too, which has really been fun.
Rosie's playing Pokemon.
I know, both of them actually.
So good for him.
They've been having a good time. They're a version of RCQs too, which is cool. I love seeing people play competitive.
Yeah.
Next tier, we got Tapping 2 Blue Mana. We got Christian Olvera, Jared Henry Thompson Munsterman,
Judge. Flex slot.
Joseph Espahani, MTG Chicago, our homie Sal, Trent Glagorovic, Julian Eisenbrun, Alex Maher, and Ethan Carlson. And then at the bottom here, we got Tap That Bird and Fly, Hector Alvarez, and Josh Dodson, our new father in the mix, who's got to lower his Patreon tier because he's got to save up for that baby milk.
Oh, jeez, man. That's crazy.
Anyways, thank you so much for the support. All the people that support us on Patreon, it really goes a long way, helping us improve our budget and working on getting more content out for you guys. As always, though, this is a passion project, so our show will keep being free on YouTube if you're just with us for the ride. Like, comment, subscribe, all this stuff goes a long way. Really appreciate any support. If you want to listen to us on other platforms, we should be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Shout out to Alex. And then I think I'm forgetting. Oh, join our Discord. It's open access, always popping off. Honestly, we've pretty much got every channel always active now, so
really,
that's kind of fun.
So for Star Wars.
Almost every channel. Almost every channel. My bad. So we wanted to do some like tier lists for the wrap up, but unfortunately, I really didn't have that much time this week. Work was crazy. I wanted to do like a tier list, like a meme tier list of like the AI. I don't know if you guys know, but
yeah,
I get ads for these all the time, like on my Facebook. But Facebook is just cursed now.
Yeah,
like Facebook is just, it's already a pretty horrific social media platform, honestly. Like it's good for like connecting with family because it's like the main one that everybody uses, even if you're normie. But like every social media has its own like flaw, I would say, and like they all suck for your mental health anyway. But Facebook is just like falling apart. Scam, like I think there was like a thing lately where they show like 10% of their ads are like scams. I'm like, bro, how are you not getting like, well, they probably are getting sued, but like, how is that even like legal? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, even on top of it, I swear
there's like prawn ads all the time too. Like people just like straight post in just videos. I'm like scrolling through reels, and then it'll be like prawn. I'm like, that's not even censored. You know what I mean?
I know.
Everything just gets through.
Getting bad. I actually, and what's crazy too about that is I started hiding my reels for that reason.
Yeah.
And like I swear to you, give it 5 days. Oh look, I'm getting reels again. Like on my timeline,
sure,
and I'm like, I just said,
yeah,
put it down.
I keep telling it to stop giving me notifications for like literally everything. I only care about my notifications. NFL posted 6 things. I just unfollowed that because you guys are sending me notifications for some reason.
Yeah, it's criminal.
It's the worst. And I had my Facebook so catered too. Like AI is just ruining everything, which is really triggering because it should be improving stuff. But like Google,
Everyone
for
said
example,
it's gonna be better.
It'll be better eventually. But Google, like, have you tried searching something and it's like normally before it'd be like, here's the answer in a second. Less.
Yeah, now it's
like this
AI.
search took 0.0 seconds. Now it's like AI search
Now
and it's
the
like
AI
broken.
answer, and then I have to look at something else because it's not right.
It's just so. I hate it. With that being said, I get a lot of Facebook ads for the AI like EDH proxy download. Like, ooh, you can get this whole Angels deck or whatever. And I was like, rank them. I showed Winter one. It was like the cat tribal, like the Booba cat curls. But you could play like as I forgot the name of the commander, like a Reshmi or something like that. And she was like, I'll play Commander if I could be the cat girls. I was like, it's just AI slop. And then what's it called? Uh
You could have been ranking the MTG AI artwork
yeah, I was. I was gonna
spreads.
do that. I was like posting them in Discord as like I'm gonna rank these top five or whatever. Eventually the joke was gonna be the Arcades is rank one because the Arcades tribal, they what's it called? It's like, dang, look at them toughnesses. You know what I mean? Like, woo, those are some big rears. It was so funny. I think today I saw one that was like hair apparent, and it was just like cat girls, but they like had to blur everything out. It's like 40 different cat girls. Rin sent me one that was I forgot what she sent me. I think it was Clive, I think his name is, no, Sid from Final Fantasy. You can have any
Mm,
number of copies. She's like, look at
yes.
all these Sids. I was like, wow. She's like, yeah, Sid's looking a little different. It was just so funny. But what we actually did was Frank went ahead and ranked his limited sets for 2025 worst to best. And let's get into his notes. Let's see what he had to say. I am curious because I also have some opinions.
Yeah, so there's like a handful of things when I'm thinking about like a limited set and whether or not it was good. Usually, like to start off, it's okay, were the colors balanced?
Hmm.
Like, did you feel like you could play each of the different color
Yeah.
pairings and multiple colors and be like happy playing them and the win rates were relatively level? The other thing is that were the mechanics, for the most part, supported? Because sometimes they make mechanics and they're just absolutely horrific and like not playable.
Right.
Um, that's the main things.
Honestly, yeah, that's a good point. If the mechanic in the set that you're wanting to do sucks, it usually feels bad. Kind of like, I guess, like I don't really remember like Ixalan draft anymore, but it's like
Like morphing.
sometimes you can't really support like a card's descend, you know?
Oh, I'm thinking of like Korea's morph. Never mind.
Morph, I think it just kind of because it lends itself. You know, like Morph was always fine, Disguise was fine because it just does itself.
Yeah.
Some cards need other cards to interact, and I think that's the hard part of limited is like it's cool when sets are high synergy, but it's really hard when like, oh, this deck really wants you to have these three different cards or these three different effects to make it all work.
Yeah.
Where like a morph card, for example, you're just like this card just morphs,
It
and it
just
does
does.
a thing,
Yeah.
and it's at worst as bad as the card is, and at best you got a bonus from the ability.
Yeah. So, with that in mind, coming in at the worst for the year, to no one's surprise, Spider Man. The reason why Spider Man was really bad was because the color pairings were just horrific. Like, it was, you could play green white, you could play green black, blue
Yeah,
white, or blue black. And the thing is that, like, green white was the thing that you, like, wanted to do
it's kind
most
of like
because
Outlaws.
yeah, well, because you could be dropping in the like Spider-Man India, which would like give stuff flying, or like the one that like gives counters to all your dudes, or like cool, I took out my pigeon for this 4/3 on turn 3. Do you have answers quickly? No, you're dead.
Yeah,
Um,
a lot of the really good web slinging was in those colors. Cheating anything in with a web sling ability kind of just like sets them back.
yeah, the web slinging was like really really good, and on top of that, I think that what also made it so egregious was like Mayhem was unplayable.
Mm.
There was no,
There was no bonuses. I don't remember a
no,
single Mayhem card mattering.
no. The Mayhem cards were just truly unplayable.
Yeah, and I would also say because special guests have been really kind of awesome. I love the special guests in Spider-Man. They were really cool choices, really cool artworks, really poignant, really like on theme. And for what it's worth, I think they did a good job with the impossible test they were given, which was like make Spider-Man not suck.
Really
Oh, it was going to
fast.
supposed to be like an Assassin's Creed style. You have whatever your in between time is in the next year of designing these six other sets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like because they were doing all that, I'm actually pretty impressed. The set was not like the worst. It was like it was gonna be worse than Assassin's Creed, and I definitely think it's at least better than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd
But
say
the
it's
bonus sheet didn't leave anything for limited.
no.
Like the special guest slot for limited, like limited aside, great choices. The artworks are You know, that's actually my favorite part of the set where they were just like, hey, let's just add some cards. Here's a bunch of stuff. I'm like, great, good choices.
Yeah, the
But
only
in
thing I don't
limited,
want to see
they all
is
suck.
I don't need heroic intervention printed in another set.
Hey, you know what? It cannot get enough printings. That shit sells packs.
I'm sure that it does.
It's a $10 card no matter what.
Yeah. And I just like there are a couple cards on the bonus sheet that I'm like, what artwork are they doing for this card that's coming back? Like every time. Yeah, because the thing is like if you look at the color data or at the card data, it was like green white was at a 59% win rate. Green black was at a 59% win rate. And 55 is like okay. Everything's okay.
Right.
Then it was like blue, white, and blue, black were at 56 point whatever.
Yeah.
Everything else. It was like 52, 50, like horrific. It was like truly like falling off a cliff. And if when we went to the Energy and it was like the team event with Spider-Man Limited, everyone's like, oh gosh, I hope I get green, white. Otherwise we're not making the finals.
Literally.
Yeah, I played blue, black because I got 2 black cats.
Yeah.
And so like I didn't lose. I think I lost 1 game on the whole day.
Nice.
Or 1 round on the whole day.
The trio sealed.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't trio sealed. It was, I think,
sealed.
Legacy Modern sealed.
Oh, I remember that one. That one sounds terrible.
Yeah. Everyone was like, "Guess I'm the Spider-Man sealed."
Like I love limited, but like sealed, constructed for a team event, it just ain't it. It just ain't it. Unless you're gonna have the constructed players skip around, having the sealed players have to show up a round early, effectively. It's just like the timing doesn't work. Then they have to draft in top 8.
Yeah, the only thing that I think is kind of cool about it is that you could, as time goes on, like if you had a player that got carried and sealed by their 2 constructed players for 2 rounds, you could get some really mismatched pairings, like where your sealed seat will really matter because like you got carried.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's interesting.
I mean, it's true. I like that part of it. It's just like, unless they're going to have the seal players be able to show up early or something, like the whole timing, like logistically it's a nightmare, especially as a TO.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how they can make this better. There has to be some way to do it before they do that again, though. I heard it was a fiasco. And like trio sealed is different where it's like, okay, we're all on the same timeline at least. It sucks that we're going to have to add an extra hour to each side of the event, but that's what we're here to play. What's it called? So it's funny that you brought this up as the next set because I actually forgot this came out this year until I saw it on your note. When I was doing the notes, I was like, oh yeah, that was January, wasn't it? Like, so crazy.
Yep, so Above Spider-Man is Innistrad Remastered. These sets, in my opinion, are always really mid. The last handful of them have been really mid.
Yeah, I don't like them at all.
They're not fun.
I've never liked the remastered set. Time Spiral started it off, and it was horrific because the set was really popular and everybody wanted it, and they printed nothing. Like I remember getting 18 boxes of that set, and that was like decent. And we sold out in pre-sales, so like the day of, everybody's like, "Where's the Time Spiral?" And we're like, "We pre-sold it 2 weeks ago when we told you guys it was coming out, and nobody bought it until like." I think it was like 3 days before the set was going to come out. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is actually gas," and all of our boxes sold. And back then we were like hurting for cash because of COVID, so like you can't really hold on it. You know, we couldn't hold the product.
No.
But yeah, Dominator Remastered, horrific draft. Hated it.
Oh my gosh, Dominator Remastered still
probably one of the worst drafts I've ever drafted.
Ever.
It was miserable.
Yeah, because it was coming back to being like, look at my 4-2.
Dude, it was so ass. And I think they could have done a good job. Same with the other one. What was it? Ravnica Remastered? Or no, that's this one. Ravnica Remastered.
Ravnica Remastered. That one was.
It was
still
like
bad,
fine, but I would say
But better than Dominaria.
The issue with these, and I really hate these sets. And I hate saying that because obviously as a stoner, I'm always like, no, this set's not that bad. You know what I mean? But like, because I still have, I think, Innistrad Remastered on my shelf. And for what it's worth, the packs you rip, whatever. If you're not drafting it, you can rip some decent cards. Fine. But these sets, to me, piss me off because I'm a Cube player. That's my favorite format probably right now is Cube. Sure. It's the only thing I get to play. I've been playing Free Modern Cube, Vintage Cube. I'm working on my own Cube list. on Cube Cobra. And I've been playing Gabe's Cube, helping him tune it up. I love playing Vintage Cube online. I love checking out like LSV's content for the Cube stuff specifically. There's a couple other Cube content creators that are really good. Mark was telling me about some of them, my new employee. He's a big time cuber. He has a Pokemon Cube build. It's really, really cool.
That's sweet.
It's very sweet. He's solved a lot of the issues with drafting Pokemon with his cube. It's actually pretty impressive. But the issue is, as a cube player, I really, really like these types of sets if you just don't make them garbage. And I just don't think these sets lend themselves to doing it. Because if you're doing Ravnica Remastered, you want to, to me, it's like, okay, you basically are building a Ravnica cube, right? So you look at all of the Ravnica cards, even if they're like a Ravnica card that's like in a foundation set, but it's referencing Ravnica, and like, okay, what are the best cards to make this cube work? Well, obviously the shock lands, right? All right, well then what else do I need? Maybe I can argue the check lands fit, but then I have 2 rare lands, so that's kind of ugly. So then I'll have some like common tap lands if I need them. All right, well what am I gonna have for like rares and mythics? And you basically need to hit every single rare or mythic that was ever like badass in all the sets, or else your set kind of sucks.
But they don't.
They never do.
No,
they pick like 3 of them.
Yeah, they put in like a splash of like a couple expensive cards.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
4.
Liliana's in here. It's like, that's great. I don't want to draft Liliana.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so then they like don't really think about the synergy or the cohesion. And then specifically with like Innistrad, I think they were like, Double Feature was cool because it was like 2 sets that were next to each other.
Yes.
But like when you're like, oh, Daybound, Nightbound, old school werewolves, these don't work together. Okay, how about Flashback, and then like these guys are doing what was it? I'm trying to think of like the Midnight Hunt mechanics. Those 2 sets sucked ass anyway. So like,
yeah, those sets were bad. And that's what I came back into Magic for.
Yeah. So it's like, whatever you're doing in Crimson Vow doesn't really mesh with what you're doing in like.
Blood was the mechanic.
Blood was fine. It's because like blood itself is fine, right?
Right.
But like if you're doing blood stuff and then you get like old school vampires from like original Innistrad block.
Oh yeah.
Where's the synergy?
If
you know.
If you're doing
they're vampires
not,
is the synergy.
Not Mayhem. What's the actual good one? Madness.
Madness, yeah.
If you're doing Madness.
Blood with Madness
fine.
would work, but
that would be. See, what I think they need to do if they want to continue to do stuff like this is either one, bring back the cool, powerful cards in a healthy amount, and then give us some cards that aren't legal in, aren't legal in standard or whatever, that like have not been in the set, but it could allow your creative team to like make some cards that would be sweet for Commander, that like have a high power level. And
I actually completely agree with that.
And that would drive more people to the set, and then on top of it, you make it powerful like Cube. Like if you make it a high power set, people will be like, "Oh my god, I can't get enough of this. I'm gonna draft
completely
this
agree.
Crazy."
You nailed it on the head. I was gonna say because you basically can't. I don't think it's reasonable to expect them to be like, "Oh, you're doing Innistrad Cube. I better see Snapcaster, Liliana, all the lands you've ever printed in those sets, like this, X, Y, and Z." Especially if you've like reprinted them recently, you know, or plan to in a future set. Which honestly, reprints are kind of cringe in just general. But in that way, I hate reprint sets. I hate master sets. I've never really liked them. They've always felt like gimmicky. They're overpriced, first of all, and they don't really design them for drafting. I feel like first it should be draftable, and they've been moving towards that, so it's nice. But to your point, I really like that. If it were me, I would be like, okay, let's say I wanted to do Dominaria Remastered, and they hadn't done it. I would be like, well, what are the coolest Dominaria cards that we can reprint first, rares and mythics, that like aren't too crazy or fit well for a draft. All right, now that you have that shell, start building around that with like draftable synergy cards. Like what are cool staples that we should not leave out? Like, oh, maybe we need Factor Fiction because it's such a blue card that's like kind of around this era, this power level, you know. Just like as an example. Maybe we want to have a couple cycles in there, like all the muses, whatever. Something like that was fine. Then you supplement it, like what you're saying. Add new cards that are Dominaria themed, but more cubey. and have extra synergy for these cards, more cycling cards, more cards that synergize with tokens for that era of Dominaria, and then add some new rares and mythics that can fit those holes of the cards that you aren't reprinting for whatever reason. Like, oh, we don't want to reprint X card. We don't want to reprint Craterhoof for the 10th time or whatever. Not that they have printed that card a lot, but we don't want to reprint Craterhoof because it's going to be worthless. So we're going to make a different green card, and it's going to be an awesome mythic, but it has synergy in the cube. Like, that's what I would love to see. That would be a great product, like a cube-focused draft set that has, like, rares that are still worth pulling.
Yeah, 100% agree. So, yeah, anyway, this set was mostly forgettable for those reasons, but forgettable is better than Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, next one is Aether Drift. And third from the bottom. This set was fine. The color pairs overall were mostly even, which was good. But what made this set lack for me was that the new mechanics were largely irrelevant. We brought back vehicles when Aether Drift because it's a car-themed set. Well, guess what? The cars were garbage. You did not want to draft them. It was just like...
I was so excited for Mu Yangling with, like, the vehicle thing.
Yep. It was
all the cars.
Mu Yangling was awesome.
They should have just gave us smaller copter.
That's like a 61%. Like, that card had a great win rate.
Yes.
But the rest of the vehicles, for the most part, there were a couple that were fine. Like the one that, like, ETB'd and, like, killed something.
Chandra was really cool. Actually, the Planeswalkers in the set were decent.
The Thundering... I think Chandra was the only one.
I thought Mu Yangling was also a Planeswalker in the set.
She's a creature.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The whole time in my brain, I'm thinking of her as a Planeswalker because she, like, does things with vehicles. I thought she was the same as Chandra.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, because they are one Planeswalker per set now. Yeah. Chandra was fire, though, because when she first got spoiled, I remember being like, dude, that card is ass. And, like, she was really cool, and she's doing stuff in Standard.
Yeah, she's like a sideboard card.
I agree. Well, yeah, she's decent.
So... yeah, the vehicles for the most part were unplayable, except for like 3. And speed was either great or garbage.
Yeah, it was like a cool idea, but really, I don't, like you said, like,
yeah, if you got on the board with speed stuff, like in an aggro deck, like, it was really cool. Burnout Bastronaut was great, but
it's definitely a constructed mechanic. Like, you're not abusing it unlimited.
Yeah. The only thing that also was tough is that, like, specifically, like, red was just, outside of the couple cards we named, red was bad to play.
Yeah.
It was like a support color. Like, there was a decent win rate on red-white, but when I looked at red-white, it's white splashing red cards.
Yeah, white weenie and, like, some bolts.
Yeah. Because white had good cards. Yeah,
and I will say this, as a TO, speed is a horrific mechanic logistically.
Sure.
Like, it was such a rough pre-release to have to keep telling people. Like, I had a lot of judge calls, let's just say, and they weren't even that hard. It was just like, does this work like this? Blah, blah, blah. Like it was very unintuitive for new players, I felt.
Sure.
I mean, most super quirky state-based things are.
Yeah. So, yeah, this was just one of those where, like, the thing that Wizards did was go, it's space cars. Actually,
well, it wasn't space cars. It was just
add just space cars. Yeah. It's like this is pod racing.
Well, that's the thing.
This is drag racing.
It's we're racing cars. It actually is very disappointing. Let you finish your point so I can go.
Yeah, so it's about that, but it was more about, like, the artwork than it was about the mechanics, and that's where they fell short. Was like the idea was not bad, but we got there and it was like, this kind of sucks.
No, genuinely, I actually completely agree. That's it's a good segue to what I was going to say, actually, because Kaladesh is my favorite plane, my favorite block. Like, I had the most fun during Kaladesh.
Yeah,
I love that era of Magic from 2016. I was just talking about it with somebody today because they were like saying how they played in the 90s and they came back during Amonkhet, and, like, they were playing Saheeli Rai and all these decks, and, like, that's what got them back into Magic. And Kaladesh, man, like, I love the steampunk, the aesthetics, Chandra's home plane, you know.
And those art cards I thought were like,
The artworks in original Kaladesh are fucking amazing. The masterpieces, like the gold artifacts, that era. Excuse me. Yo, cut this out. I'm just kidding. But like, I just loved everything about it. It was so beautiful. And so when I heard we were going back, and it was like a pod racing set, I was like, I don't care. Everything in Magic is already a derivative. None of the allure is original anyway.
for sure.
So whenever they're copying stuff, I don't care.
Same.
And so I was like, dude, I don't care. We're going back to college. I'm excited. But then they're like, oh yeah, we're going back to college, but we're kind of also going back to like Amonkhet, and we're going to Muruganda. And it's just like, dude, nobody fucking cares about Muruganda. And like Amonkhet's great and all, and shoutouts to Ketramos is a cool card. You know, we got some cool Amonkhet stuff. All of that shit took away from what Kaladesh was to me. It just basically was like too many cooks in the kitchen. And
Soup.
It
was
yeah,
like soup.
Yeah, they blended it down and they forgot the seasoning, and they were just trying too much. They were just trying to do too much.
Sounds about white.
They made a fruitcake,
Yeah.
straight up, and nobody fucking likes fruitcake. They were
No
just
one
like, what
like
goes
a-
in it? What goes in a fruitcake? Whatever's on the counter.
It's kind of like a meatloaf.
Yeah,
No.
well, I like meatloaf, so
No
no.
one really likes a meatloaf except for Stan.
Well, I'm poor, but meatloaf goes fucking hard. But no, like, and I actually really like the idea of like the raceway that goes through plains, because now we can go through the plains now with the realm tree, and
Yeah.
that was all really, really cool in concept. And then they executed it as horrifically as possible. It was truly heartbreaking for me, because we had gone from like Foundations, I mean, Intro and Answer aside, Foundations, Bloomborough, Duskmorn, what came before that, I can't even remember, Kamo no Kamigawa, like that.
Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
Outlaws I thought was okay, but like all those sets back then were like, it was like cook, and then boom, we got Aether Drift. It was like the first like kind of flop in a while. And it was
Yeah,
like the set that I was the most excited for personally was the one that flopped. I was like, this
Yeah,
set
I thought they
sucks.
cooked with Neon Dynasty, and then New,
Oh, yeah,
New
Neon
Cabana
Dynasty,
was
New Cabana-
Cheeks. Dominator United was
New
awesome.
Cabana was cheeks for limited, but I think the set itself was good. The
good cards
triumphs
I
are
got.
awesome. The characters are awesome. I really like the noir theme. I love the 20s whole like
Shredder was great.
yeah.
Shredder
I mean,
had his time.
Ledger Shredder exactly. I mean, Rafine.
Conniving actually was really
Conniving was
important for
awesome.
Constructed.
All those characters, like the lore, the implementation, the artwork. I really like New Capenna. I thought they went back to back banger for me. But what was after Capenna?
That was, I believe, Dominator United.
Dominator United, and then Brothers War, and then we get into the Phyrexia stuff.
Yeah, all will be one.
So yeah, that's pretty far back.
And those were all great.
Yeah, but
I mean,
yeah,
for
they
the most
were.
part. I think
I liked all the sets.
Obi-Wan was like B tier, but like still good.
Even like
But
March of
March of
Machines.
No, March of Machines was awesome.
It was awesome. It was Aftermath that kind of let us down.
Yeah.
But Outlaws was actually really good because they had the big score, because they were like, ooh, you guys don't like the Aftermath shit? Ugh! And when they do that, the sets become so like overcharged. Like there's just so many things you can pull in Outlaws, like Bristlet Bill, Simulacrum Synthesizer. Like there's just so many different pulls that are just in the same set for no reason.
Yeah, I thought that. I mean, I did not like Outlaws. It was not a good limited set.
Right, limited aside, it's like I'm trying not to look at it as a limited for like this part of it. Like I'm really disappointed with Aether Drift's implementation of Constructed, the artworks, and then like theme to card implementation. None of it. It was like all flaccid.
Yeah, I agree.
Where Outlaws, I was like, you know what? I know you guys don't like loot. I like loot. I know people don't like loot, and I like loot for the wrong reasons. I like loot because it solidifies the Jace Vraska storyline, which is one of my favorites in Magic. It's one of the few good ones that actually got fleshed out. But that's the only reason I like loot. Otherwise, he's pretty stupid. The rest of the plot, I was like, see ya, Oko, like kind of cringe, whatever. But like Tiny Bones, Oko, like all the characters.
Oh yeah, the characters.
Like,
were cool.
dude, they
I
kind
agree
of
with
nailed
that.
it, man.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
seeing some really awesome cards.
Yeah,
and
I
then you
agree.
get to Aether Drift should have been fucking awesome. And if the limited sucked, but it was a cool set, I would have been fine with it.
Yeah,
But it was so
wasn't.
boring.
Yeah, boring.
It just, I can't. It hurts. It hurts.
It hurts. The next, but still better than like the garbage.
Yeah, yeah.
previous.
I mean, basically, it's basically a step above trash.
Yeah, step above trash. Next was Dragons of Tarkir. This is the first set that it feels mid for me because I think that there were a lot of parts about it that are really cool, right?
Yeah.
The dragons coming back, 3-color stuff coming back.
I love
We
Tarkir.
had some really sweet cards that like came into formats
Yes.
because of it.
Construction wise, I would say Tarkir did for me what Aether Drift I wish had done. And Tarkir is my second favorite plane. The lore of Tarkir, the original Tarkir, it's
Yeah.
so fucking good.
But there was still for me something that was like unsatisfying about this set. At least
for
from a
limited. Yeah,
perspective.
100%.
And I had to actually do the most work on this set because I was like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it, and I got to figure out why.
I mean,
So-
it was like it was like when you're eating like steamed broccoli. You know, you're not like excited to eat vegetables, but like it doesn't taste bad.
Yeah.
I'll eat them.
So the thing that did it for this set was that, right, there were 3 color pairs that were great to play.
I like sets that are focused on triumphs personally.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that
Somebody always gets left behind.
exactly, and that's what happened. So
Which is funny because I know what you're gonna say. Jeskai was the flop for limited, if I had to guess. But for standard, Jeskai was the winner. I'll get into that later, though.
Jeskai was fine. It was like
it just like Flurry was their mechanic, right?
It was yes,
And it
yes,
was so
because-
ass and limited.
Yes, because the thing is that like you could play Jeskai good cards
Right.
and win.
Yeah, because the Jeskai cards were so fucking broken, though.
Yeah.
Which is why
but
they are the winners for me
it
in constructed.
wasn't for Flurry reasons. Flurry was horrific.
Mhm. Also, we got robbed on Tygom. Remember the $5 footlong? They took that from us.
So the color pairs that were great were green white, red white, and green black. Unplayable, blue black, green red, and red black, and the rest were like fine.
Yeah, because it was like the black cards were like, scavenge me out of the graveyard for like some bonuses. Yeah, I remember now. They sucked. They were just too slow. And then Harmonize was like, oh, you can convoke for these expensive cards like waterbending, but bad.
Yes.
Bad waterbending was Harmonize.
Yeah.
I mean, but great for standard though. Like really good for constructed.
Oh my gosh, Harmonize is
Which is funny because
well, kind of
because
it's just
Endure-
like the one card. Harmonize isn't played anywhere else. It's
Yeah, but
just
like-
Winter Night Stories.
No. There's also the shock, I think. But like that kind of ability of like flashback in constructed play is like always going to be like good. If they put it
Yeah.
on better cards, it would have gone crazy probably.
Oh, for sure.
But like the stronger mechanic for limited, what was the counters one? Endure. That was like the same thing with like bolster or whatever. It's like these mechanics like Endure are so powerful and limited, but then when you go to constructed, unless they're on like some crazy guy, it's usually like inverted. It's like I don't give a fuck about a 1/1 counter. What
it's
does
so-
the card do?
It's so funny that you say that because the one card, I think it was the card that I like hedged on, was Sinkhole Surveyor, which like when it attacks, it like gets a counter or like you make a body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a 2-drop, 1/2
But
fire.
he flies though. That's the thing.
And,
he flies.
and I was like, I'm buying a ton of these, hoping that they were going to be constructed playable. They never were.
Yeah.
Um,
And then maybe we'll see. He
yeah,
hasn't rotated.
maybe.
You got 3 years.
But
It only takes up 10 more bands.
yeah, so one of the things I think that was also interesting was that this set specifically had individual like 2-drops that were all color fixers. Like there was an Abzan one that you could like pay a mana to like make a white, a black, or a green.
Yes,
Yeah,
the creatures,
all of them
right.
had one, but like the white one, the Mardu one.
The green one was good, and it was soul type, but it was just because it was mono green, it just like went in the other decks.
Yeah, and like the white one was the best by far. It wasn't close because it was a 1-drop and it was a 1/2.
It was the
and-
Mardu one, right?
Yeah, and when it entered, it scried to.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like that one was
The green one
the
had that
best.
touch, right?
Yes.
That one was the one that was like crazy for me. It's like, dude, this guy's a sick blocker.
Yeah,
I'll
that
just
one-
draft him anyway.
Yeah, that one was fine.
Well, I
but,
don't know. Mardu was just so much fun.
But what I was gonna say was that those like fixers were not created equal,
Oh, 100%.
and neither were the mechanics. So like Endure and Mobilize were both really good mechanics.
Yeah, and they worked a lot well together.
Yeah. Endure is the it gets a counter or
Make
you
a
can
dude.
make a 1/1. And Mobilize was the like on attack, you make a couple dudes and then you sacrifice them at end step. So it made like aggro strategies really strong and like made some cards like, oh, I have to answer this right away because I can't get hit with that too many times.
Especially if we had sec engines. Mobilize
And
is so nasty with
it was
sacrifice.
also good for sec engines too. So like it was good for aggro, it was good for sec engines, which was great within Mardu. Flurry was horrific, unplayable. You
were never double spelling.
You just played the cards that were good. You just never did the double spelling.
Yeah. You could have 4 Corey Steel Cutters and it was still not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like it was just. It actually made Corey Steel Cutter look bad. I would say that limited.
Yeah. So well, and Corey Steelcutter was one of the few red cards that was like, this card's good.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. This one you can try to
This
make it
one
work.
can hang. The rest can hang. But
there was no draw power, right, in the set. Like that was like consistent. I would say because like you really have to be drawing cards to flurry.
Yeah. Yeah. So Renew was a fine mechanic. It was too slow. That was the one where you like exile from a graveyard to like put counters.
Stuff back.
Too slow. You're dead before then.
Super slow, super interesting though. Very nuanced.
Harmonize.
Farsi Revenant still a crazy cool card.
Harmonize was also too slow. The other mechanics that were kind of sweet.
Harmonize just had to be expensive because of standard, which made it suck and limited.
Yeah,
it has to be expensive.
Well, it's also because you have like if Mobilize wasn't a mechanic, then I think those mechanics are fine and limited.
Even Endure too.
But because
making so many dudes.
Yeah, because Mobilize made it so fast, you just were like, you were dead by the time you were trying to harmonize anything. So Omens and Behold though, those were
sweet.
Those were fine. Yeah, like Omens were cool.
The 2-mana black one, what was it called? The Dragonstorm, like the Drain 2 or whatever. Like the Dragonstorm cards were they were the Omens, right? Where like they come in and you can get them back when you play a dragon.
Oh yes, like Roiling Dragonstorm.
Yes. Dude, those cards are so cool, man.
Yeah.
Like really, really well designed. I love the dragons sliding in there.
Yes.
The dragons really felt like just the last layer, like the butter on top of the toast after you.
Yeah.
Like because the set, all the mechanics were designed around the dragons. They didn't need the dragons. They just kind of meshed in there, and it felt so Tarkir for me.
Yeah.
And they nailed it. To me, the Tarkir was like a beautiful constructed set. Limited aside, because I agree with pretty much everything you said. Cards in it, gorgeous. Artwork's amazing. Story, great. Corey Steelcutter, Monastery Mentor in 2025. Just what we needed. We didn't know we needed this. I love the card so much. I've been playing it in Legacy. Such a fun card. Obviously banned in Standard. Deserved. No problem. No qualm. But like you got to win an RCQ with it. Weren't you playing
Corey Steelcutter?
Yeah, weren't you playing Prowess? Like, dude, that such a cool card. Really, really cool. Interesting card.
It was so good that it had to be banned.
Yeah, for Standard and for what it's worth. Fine, I don't care. We don't need it in Standard. It's way too good when the best color in the format is red. Even after
Still
you ban
blue.
10 cards.
Still red, blue, baby.
Yeah, you ban 10 cards and then all it does is make the format best color go from red to blue, and red is second best. I don't know. I think Dragons of Tarkir was an awesome set. It sold. The numbers definitely represented. Like I had no stock of dragons until just recently.
Oh yeah, it's been gone for forever.
It's just such a good set,
and
I like it.
That's been a part about 2025 that I won't miss, and I'm hoping that because there are so many sets being printed, and I think people are starting to feel a little burnt out of product overload, that it will have some more product available so that it doesn't feel like even for Avatar, I swear to you, I still can't find Boomerang Basics, and I don't want to go to TCG Player to get Boomerang Basics.
I think the problem with Boomerang Basics is that it's only 50 cents. Nobody trades in those kind of cards.
Oh.
There's plenty of Avatar available. It's just that nobody is nobody. I mean, if you go to TCG Player, that's fine, but like, it's kind of hard to like rip your own product, you know.
Yeah.
When you're playing the guessing game of am I gonna have enough?
Yeah, the reason I said that about Turkey or Dragonstorm is that there was a long time where like I could not, because of Omni, I couldn't get Meringue River Regions to save
Oh
the life
yeah,
of me. Like because there was no product.
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, and I couldn't even draft it for you guys because we didn't have any.
Oh yeah.
With Avatar though, like you could easily just right now just find them, just rip, go to one draft. You're good. You're set. Boomerang Basics in your hand.
Say that, but I did 3 pre-releases with you guys. I then had winnings from those because I did well. And,
yeah, but this is uncommon. I'm saying you can go draft right now.
And I'm saying I did a draft. I only saw one, and I was playing
The
black.
whole draft yesterday?
Yeah, and I was playing black white. So I passed it because I was like, I really need this card, but it's not good for the deck I'm playing. Passed it to grab a card I actually needed, like for the deck I was playing, and then I won. I went 201. Drew my last round.
The Boomerang Basic.
No Boomerang Basics. I'm like, oh please.
Yeah, it's a mythic uncommon, but I mean it's cheap for a reason. It's just that nobody trades those cards in. It's the unfortunate reality. But shoot, what were we on? Oh yeah, I don't know. Product shortages.
Hoping that we're talking about.
Yeah.
My hopes for 2026 is that there will be less product shortages, so that we will not have Final Fantasy drafts unavailable, and also unavailability of.
It's hard to say.
Dragons of Tarkir.
Lorwyn, I think, will be healthy, but if
I think TMNT will be healthy because, I mean, at least for right now, I don't. Most people I talk to are not excited about that set.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how it's going to work. If maybe they'll print less. You know, they might print less. I think the sets next year are also smaller.
Oh.
And as a result, they usually print less. So that could also cause product shortages.
Oh, no.
I don't know how to predict 2027 because it's going to be a very unique year.
You mean 2026?
I made an error on the internet. I'll never live it down. Anyways, next set. I think we're finally getting into like the
good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So next set, the third best set of the year. Third.
Interesting. So you're gonna rank Avatar?
I'm gonna pose a question to you after this.
Oh.
Edge of Eternity. This was a back to basics set, but kind of with a twist. And what I mean by that was it was like you play 2-color stuff, but everything was good. Everything was balanced. It was an even win rate across all decks and all colors. All the color pairings were balanced. They were fair. There were bombs in the format. You did have the ability to answer them. And the mechanics, every single mechanic was a banger. Void was awesome. Warp was awesome.
Don't get me started on Warp.
Spacecrafts were great.
Spacecrafts are very cool.
The thing is...
Also, the new token they made in this set, Lander. We have a Borehammer.
Landers were also
Landers
good too.
were very interesting. Take on like what clue or treasures or whatever would be like artifact tokens.
Yeah, and the thing is that like Landers and Warp both synergized really well with Void. So like you really could
That's true, yeah.
play a lot of different strategies, and it all really worked together. And Spacecrafts made a really fun challenge of like, do you decide with the bodies you have on board, do I attack to try and get my opponent low, or do I sink them into my ship so that if my ship gets online, I'm so turboed ahead of the game that you will lose for sure. And so like there was a little bit of a balancing act.
Yeah.
And so because spacecrafts, if you draw a spacecraft outside of the one that like bounce stuff to like help you with tempo and like maybe save you some life, you did not want them if you were behind.
Right.
But they were so good when you were ahead.
Yes.
So good. And so, man, like this was just like so refreshing after the beginning.
It really rewarded good play too.
Yeah, yes.
Knowing when to do what play, why to warp or why to not warp. Using your warp with your spacecrafts was also really fun. All the warp cards were also like really cool. Like talk about not holding back, because like one of my issues is like I'd rather see a card get banned than they print a fucking baby version of the card.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what people want. Like there's one of these fucking baby ass cards. I want the card to be a fucking Quantum Riddler. I want to see cards get played in Modern and Legacy.
Mythic. I still have not seen a single one, and I played a lot of.
And like it's still like doing stuff in Standard, but like not. It's not abusing the format quite yet, you know. But it's powerful. In like all formats, kind of like Kaito. Yep. Kaito was a super well designed card, played in all formats.
I think that it's really cool that now people are playing the red blue siege. From
Frostcliff.
Yeah, Frostcliff Siege.
Yeah, I love it.
So now when you warp in your Riddler with it, you can get a free attack for 4. It feels like the dragon.
Yeah, wow. Nova Hellkite.
Yeah. It feels like Nova Hellkite.
Look at Stan knowing the names of the cards.
Yeah, it feels like Nova Hellkite at home. So yeah,
I love Nova Hellkite, by the way.
Yeah,
that's also a great card.
This set was just good.
So do you? So if Spider-Man was an F, Innistrad Mastered, and Aether Drift. I guess Innistrad Mastered probably also.
I just don't even rate Innistrad.
You don't rate
Mastered.
them?
I mean,
but you would put it as forgettable, right? So maybe also an F with Spider-Man.
It would probably be an F, yeah.
Aether Drift, I'm assuming it would be a D, which would make Dragons of Trakir mid a C.
I agree.
Does this mean Aether Attorneys is a B, or would you call it an A because it was actually really good?
So I think that's really dependent on like what you care about in a format. If you're the person that likes to like have this crazy drafting puzzle that you can pivot multiple ways, like you kind of got into a lane and did the thing, but all the color pairs were good.
I don't have Edge of Eternities in stock.
You don't.
Man, what a good set.
It's such a good set. So I think that like if you care about complex drafting, then this would not be A territory. So like
that makes me like it more
because
actually.
The drafts are not complex.
Well, I like when they're welcoming to the players because I feel like the draft sets that are standard released shouldn't be high complexity. The highest tiers of complexity should be saved for cubes because you're really punishing your player base. Most of the players are not going to be able to handle it. You're going to basically turn them all away from drafting.
I mean, though I think that is a valid point, I disagree with the logic simply because if it was only simple, I think that we couldn't have.
Well, I don't necessarily mean simple. I just mean like the highest tiers of complexity. Like when you're talking about like Vintage Cube, there's so much nuance in every pick. Every single pick, you're like, well, why are you doing this? You should draft. I'm doing this, but you take this because this could wheel. You don't know what's in pack 2. Like every fucking pick is like your Rain Man. When you're doing like a standard set, it can be complicated. It can be complex, but it shouldn't be like you need to do homework to do the set, or else you're not going to get weekly drafters.
Well,
that would be my issue with it.
Like I said, I think that's a valid point, but I disagree with that in the sense that like limited for the sake of its complexity is still a Pro Tour format, and I don't think it would be a good Pro Tour format if we didn't make people do homework to be able to play it.
I guess that's fair. My only issue with that logic is I don't give a fuck about the competitive players.
I mean, I know you don't.
Well,
like,
I don't think
as someone who wants to compete, and who likes the puzzle of doing limited.
It becomes subjective at that point because one, I don't think it's good for the company. I think it's better for the player base that these draft formats aren't like super high complicated. If they saved it for like a Modern Horizons type set, like if we're doing like Pro Tour Modern Horizons, then they're like, this is gonna be the most fucking complicated draft of all time.
Even though MH3 was horrific for draft.
Yeah, is mostly because they fucking juiced the fuck out of the set, right?
Yeah.
They went with power instead of synergy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But like they could have gone super high synergy and been like, dude, are you drafting Affinity or Eldrazi or what are you drafting?
Yeah.
And maybe I would be like, well, it's a Modern Horizons set, bro. You basically already need to be a RCQ player to draft this set adequately. But I guess if a set's fucking hard, people can still kind of stumble into decks.
Oh, yeah.
They're just not going to find the secret nuances.
Right.
So I can see it both ways for sure.
So for me, I would probably mark this as a B plus set.
Sure.
Yeah, B plus is probably my ranking.
Honestly, I can respect that because it felt like the year really gave us the fucking range. You know, we got we got the shitty sets, we got the mid set, and then we got like the B, the A, and the S. Because that's kind of, I don't know what your question is going to be, but that's kind of how I felt about the year with the top three. Want to get into the next one?
Yeah. So the next one is Final Fantasy, and this is not the ranking. This is just me talking about Final Fantasy.
Okay.
I'm not ranking. This is not.
You just stopped somebody from crashing out.
The order stopped at Edge of Eternity. Like those were in order. These last two are not.
Somebody was like, "Did you just say it was better than Avatar?"
Yeah. I mean, Jared's gonna crash out if it's not Final Fantasy.
Yeah. He already did.
So I think that this set is goated. This set is incredible. The color pairings were even. And it really brought back to us some really cracked versions of cards where like Dragoon's Wyvern, G's and V's.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy cards are hard to say for a person who hasn't played the games.
Yeah, so it's a 2/1 flyer for 3 that makes a 1/1. You want as many copies of this card as you can get. The special guest slot had like these alternate cards from Magic History, which were also like bangers, but like those really warped the format, because if you look on the data of like the best cards in single color and in multicolor, they are all like Winota and Atraxa and
Sir Conrad,
the dude that makes the sheep.
The
red white one.
Red white guy that makes a sheep.
Something tall.
Bruce Tarl?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce Tarl has one in there, and he's up there.
He is, dude.
And even in single colors as well.
But not the sheep version, the one that gives double strike.
Yeah, the better version.
The commander version.
Yeah, the better.
Yeah, this is what I was kind of talking about earlier with the special guest slot. Spider-Man really was the letdown of how the special guest slot can enhance the draft. And Final Fantasy. Oh man!
Well, and it disappointed us so much too, because that came after Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy did such a good job.
Yeah, well, I think they were trying to do it, but they were on a time crunch with Spider-Man for sure. And I have to imagine the mouse was like along the way, like just giving them issues. Stop, approval. Stop. We need approval.
Actually, that's a really good point, because I think that was another piece that really harmed Spider-Man, was the Omen Pats thing. I think that people,
I forgot about that set.
I think that because people don't give a crap about Omen Pats, they give less of a crap about the Spider-Man cards.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people that play Arena only.
Yes.
Still. Or they're new players because of Arena, and they're not seeing Spider-Man.
No.
I still have people that come into the shop and like, Spider-Man? What? And then they start buying the packs because they're like, oh, like that's kind of what I mean when I say Spider-Man wasn't a flop. Because I still get regularly people come in and go, no fucking way, Spider-Man, you know? And they buy a ton of the product. So like as a store owner, I can't be upset with the set. I've seen a lot of stores that were saying they couldn't get rid of the product. I don't know fucking how. Spider-Man sells himself. But as a person who fucking loves Marvel, Spider-Man's probably one of the coolest, objectively, because he's not my favorite, but like if you look at polls and rankings, I remember when they made the first Spider-Man movie, they had all these like polls and like articles about like he was the most favorited superhero of all time. Like everybody fucking simps for Spider-Man.
Well, he makes me feel very similar to Batman in the sense that like the villains of Spider-Man run so deep.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, I care about like villains 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Who do you know of Spider-Man outside of like Lex Luthor?
You mean Superman?
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's a bad example. Like Superman goes fucking crazy. That's my favorite.
No, but I'm saying his villains.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Outside of Lex Luthor.
Don't make me crash out. I'm gonna list 30. But this is gonna turn into a DC podcast if you tell me that you don't like Superman. But I agree with your point though about Batman. Superman.
The reason I crash out about Superman is because as like the thing that I liked about Marvel Comics versus DC Comics was it felt like all the superheroes within Marvel had their own lane. Whereas DC, as time went on with Superman, where they're like, oh yeah, well, we're gonna give him ice breath now,
Mhm.
and oh yeah, he can fly as fast as the Flash can run. And then it was like, cool, because Superman is so, we're just gonna give him all of the stuff, all these other superheroes. And I'm like, why bother? He just kind of feels like the one.
I understand. That is a fair criticism of Superman that most people have. I would say, to keep it brief, his story isn't about who he's fighting. It's like about the things happening around him, like the home versus heritage, like a god living amongst mortals, and like the perspective of it is why he's interesting. You know,
Yeah, I
it's
don't.
never been like, oh man, we have nukes pointed at the earth, and oh, you already disabled them all. Oh, okay, well, never mind.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can't argue to like the story of Superman because I don't know. I just don't think I think that Superman weakens the rest of the DC universe.
I would show you some comics that would make you fucking disagree, but then we turn into talking trades. That's my buddy's comic book podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta follow. I'll follow him
Um,
on the YouTube.
yeah. I used to love listening to my buddy John Grab. He actually used to be our like local magic judge before
Yeah.
Alex took over. He knows like everything about comics. That motherfucker reads everything. But I love Superman. And honestly, Spider Man has some fucking goated stories too. Like there's a story comic where Spider Man specifically, because he's like one of the mainest of main characters. He is so down in the dumps just from like being himself. He's like, man, I wish I wasn't Spider Man, because he's just like, oh, like I can't handle it.
Yeah, yeah.
And in the Marvel universe, they have this character called the One Above All. He's effectively just God, but he has no like actions in the universe ever really. He just kind of exists as an entity of neutrality, and he comes to Earth to talk to Spider-Man as like a he's just like there in New York, and he's just talking to him, and then eventually Spider-Man kind of like realizes who he's talking to, but he's just talking to him through like what's happening, and then he shows him like this is what it looks like without you, and it's like New York fucking sucks,
Horrific,
and it's like he just sees all the little things, and it's like. Yeah, it's kind of like people when they're on the comments, like you might see one comment that's like negative or somebody says something that ruins your day, but you don't remember like the 20 good things that happened.
Mm.
And so it's like Spider-Man has some fucking good stories too. Don't get me wrong. I just to your point about Batman, Wolverine, Spider-Man, these are like the normiest of normie superheroes. And I don't mean that like in a bad way, but they're super giga popular. Like you go out and ask anybody like who their favorite guy in DC is. And they'll be like, oh, Batman's actually cool and Superman fucking sucks. He's so boring. I think it's cool when Batman beats him with the kryptonite. Superman's never beat Batman. It's like, actually, yes, he has in like 30 different comics, but you don't want to read that. You don't want to get depressed. Those are the really like evil Superman stories, which is kind of crazy.
Sure.
But like Batman gets like the love, like Christopher Nolan's movies, they're so dark and broody. It's like cool. Wolverine, same thing. I'm like gritty fucking, So people really love those characters. You go to like anybody, you ask like 50 kids, what's your favorite superhero? Wolverine, Spider-Man, Batman, 100% of the time. So Spider-Man is a set. Sells by himself, but to me when I look at it I'm like, dude, that's like the best fucking character. Don't fuck this up. And like they did it with Final Fantasy. They did such a good job.
Yeah.
With Spider-Man it was like, you guys, he deserved better than this.
Yeah, he really did deserve better, and that's the problem. Is I think that like that's probably the only good thing that I think came from the Spider-Man set is that like it still sells for some stores, but like the cards themselves are not particularly good. I don't think.
Well, I like some of the cards. I will say that. I agree that like when you get to like the 30th Spider-Man, you're like, oh, all right, whatever.
Well, and I think that I think that the cards feel the least impactful of, like, has any Spider-Man card broken in outside of standard? Like, I can think of 2 Spider-Man cards that are currently played in constructed.
I think some of them are played in Commander. Spider Sense was a really big deal for Modern. Um,
That's the third card.
I actually had a couple of them listed. Where was my Spider-Man list? Oh yeah, in Pioneer, Arachne's getting played. Jackal's pretty good. Um, but yeah, I agree. But I necessarily like, even though I like powerful cards, I don't necessarily think that all the Spider-Man cards needed to break out of standard specifically. Although we did have a couple that were like decent.
I just don't think they really break much of anywhere.
Well, like standard is very Spider-Man right now. Besides all the new Avatar decks.
I think there are two. I think it's Multiversal Passage is like the card that's
Well,
played in like every single deck.
that aside, Jackals and all the Simic decks, and then you've got the Superior Spider-Man is like one of the better decks in the format. Like
That's
the
the
whole
other-
deck's like warped around.
That's the other one.
I would say the format
Superior
is really
Spider-Man.
dependent on that card, existing. But yeah, I mean, it's a good point. It's not doing too much in the format. Arachne is really good in the White Weenie deck in Pioneer Humans. I've been playing that on Tuesdays, and Robert will lend me his deck, and I wanted to talk about it later, but Arachne fucks, bro. The fact that she's a 1-drop in Pioneer
Oh yeah.
is so fucking crazy. And if there was a White Weenie deck in Standard, I think she would be cracked too.
Yeah.
There's just not a white aggro deck. But she slams for 1, and you can 2-spell with her if you wanted to flurry. But she names a card type, and you're like, your card types, like in a Weenie's deck, she's basically a 1-mana Thalia. It's really fucking crazy.
Well, and I think for cards like
Oh, you know what card gets crazy? The one that web slings all your shit. Sergio has been beating people's asses with that. I know in Commander.
Oh, I'm sure.
I've been watching him play that. And he's like web slinging Eldrazi or web slinging something crazy.
Yeah.
Painter's Servant. He web slings Eldrazi's.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but yeah, I mean, it is pretty weak for what it should be. But then I go back to the complaints where people are like, oh, the Universes Beyond sets are so pushed. They make them so broken, so they sell. I'm like, well, this one wasn't. This one was pretty fair. Oh, these fucking sets suck, man.
Well,
they're not strong enough.
but that's the only thing that I think is different is like, right? We got Final Fantasy and we got Avatar.
Yeah.
We have now seen the power of what Universes sets can be.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like,
No, I definitely agree.
It's still bad.
it's bad. It's just like, yeah, and like I said, it just definitely deserved better. But overall, I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. This is what we got.
Yeah. Back to Final Fantasy.
Yes.
So the other thing that I think was really awesome about this set, besides all the color pairings were equal, was that like you could do multicolor stuff. You could be 2-color, you could be 3-color, you could play 4 and 5 because fixing was plentiful.
Yes.
And like it was like, oh, you see good cards, you can find
I felt like the
different
synergies
ways
were
to
so
bob
good.
and weave, yes, to make your way into those decks.
It didn't feel like it was forcing anything either. Like
No.
like when you're drafting, it felt like smooth. Like, oh, this and this and this. Not like not like we talked earlier. I don't want to be like, oh, I like when it's simple, but like it didn't feel like simple. It felt natural.
Yeah.
It felt like, oh, this just wants to do this, and all the mechanics really were good. All of them.
So yeah, Job Select I thought felt like 4 Mirrodin, and it was awesome. We loved Job Select.
Yeah, Job Select I think was sweet.
Um,
we made 3 tokens for it technically, because we turned one of them into a devil or the black mage.
Yeah. And then the Black Mage stuff was also good and powerful.
Yes, the
like
Black
you
Mages
could
are
you could
crazy.
just go hard on red black with the little O1s, and that was sweet too. So yeah, I mean that's really all. The set was just awesome.
Yeah, it was a great draft set, and I want to talk more about how awesome the set was in its totality when we get into our top cards.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, okay, Final Fantasy, not the next one in the ranking. Avatar: The Last Airbender, since we're here.
Yep, Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I thought Avatar was like just an awesome set. So why Avatar is good is because the bendings themselves, all 4 of them, felt not only flavorful to the show,
Yes.
but they were also good. Firebending is
Agree.
good, airbending is good, earthbending is good, and waterbending is good.
Yes.
Like when you could waterbend and be like, cool, I made some glue tokens that I'm now using to tap
Yeah.
to waterbend, but because they're clues, I can pay 2 mana and still sack them and don't need to tap them to get the draw.
And I got
like
the 2 mana for my Firebender.
yeah, it felt like really, really strong. I think like in order of the bendings, I think that airbending was the best. Shout outs to you because I think you called that one. That airbending was going to be the strongest.
No. It was backwards. I remember we talked about this like I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago, but I went. I had a segment where I was like, firebending, waterbending, firebending being slightly stronger, and then I had earthbending, airbending, like basically neck and neck, but above the other two. Where like I had earthbending slightly stronger, but my mindset was a little bit more constructed minded.
Sure.
Even though airbending goes kind of crazy and constructed too, which is really awesome. I kind of like to me they're basically like equally powerful, but in a different way.
Yes.
Equally
powerful,
but yeah,
but in a
you
different
were
way.
saying that statistically airbending was edging it in limited, I believe.
Yes, airbending.
Is that what I remember from that episode?
Then waterbending, then earthbending, then firebending. The problem with
Oh,
firebending.
waterbending was doing better than earthbending?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
The problem with
Straight abilities though.
The problem with firebending, the problem with firebending is that most of the cards, right, it did require you to get an attack off to do the thing.
Yeah.
And so, whereas the other things, like, you get the thing right away. With earthbending,
Right.
you get the dude. With waterbending, it's like, it happens by, like, tapping stuff that you already had out.
Right.
And airbending, I mean, it was like instant speed and flash stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like it just went really hard. So all the color pairs were also really balanced, and to me, of the Universes Beyond sets, the bendings felt the most close to what regular if you want to call regular Magic is like, than another Universes Beyond set.
Oh,
is for me.
sure, yeah.
Like this to me felt closest to like Magic and
I
Magic
feel like
lore.
Avatar, yeah, did a better job than even Lord of the Rings.
I also agree with that. See, because the thing is with Lord of the Rings is like the ring tempts to you was only cool for limited and is dog everywhere else. No
Technically,
one,
it had one
there was like
day where it was good in Modern. Technically,
one day.
yeah. Like I mean, it was like a month, but like there was. I think also, like the problem with Modern is that mid-range decks are rough to play.
Really
But
rough.
Soren's Ransom was getting some love for a little bit, and then it just like those decks aren't good.
Yeah.
Three mana, not do that much in Modern is kind of rough. Maybe if they unbanned Grief, it could make a comeback for those decks because you have a card that pitches to Subtlety and Grief. But yeah, that was the only deck that I knew was actually doing ring tempting, and I don't even think they played more than one copy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
So,
I feel like though rings tempting is such a Pioneer mechanic in terms of its power level, and it will never be in Pioneer
yeah. The only thing that's like is
unless they tempt us in Hobbit.
the only thing that is a little down for this set is that, like, I mean, it was intentional, right? That black didn't have its own thing.
Black was like a synergy color because it wasn't a bending.
Yes, it was a synergy color and could synergize with pretty much any of the other colors. And black had some powerful.
They
like,
honestly though, black's so good.
Black had good removal,
Yeah,
and black also had like some bombs
and
So
some
you
really good
still-
hybriding.
You still could start black because of that.
Yeah.
A
lot of the hybrid black cards though were also extremely interesting to me. Like the both of the Azulas, I guess there's 3 of them, but both of the rare Azulas I thought were very really cool cards. Like just obviously the Grixis one that tries to copy spells wasn't very good, but the Usurper was awesome. Very cool. Like steal your stuff. I'm gonna cast it. 2 black pips. I'm pretty sure. Interesting card.
Yeah. And so this set is incredibly synergistic. It also has high power. I think it's friendly to people who want to play the game. And
It has a pretty decent amount of complexity. I was drafting it the other day with some people here in the shop, and me and Alex Newton, who's a very good draft player, were sitting next to each other, and we both drafted blue-white. Literally, both of our decks were insane. And what it
What's
was,
a good color on this?
it is a good color in the format, but like both of our decks were good, and we were fighting over some of the obviously good blue white cards that both of us would want. But I picked one United Battlefront, the white X, and I was like, well, it's borderless. I'm taking it. You know what I mean? But I think the card is good in general because it's like white make X guys, make all your guys big.
Yeah.
I just started going straight allies after that. I just kept taking all the good allies. Blue and white allies. The whole time Alex is sitting next to me, also taking all the blue and white cards, but he didn't take as much of the ally synergies and went for like the other stuff. A little bit more of the airbending, a little bit more of like just the generically good blue white cards.
Yeah.
And both of our decks were good as a result. And like you could argue, I was doing like the simple deck, like the it says ally, take it, because I got 2 of the Katara, the blue white Katara that's like ally bonus. And then he got 1 as well, but he just didn't force allies. He just went with like generically good blue white stuff, like a more complex deck that kind of just wants to just do what the colors are doing, which is powerful airbending and bouncing things whenever you need to get in with your attackers.
Yeah. So I faced a guy this past week, and I played black white, and my deck was really mid until the end, and I got Tools of War.
Yes.
And so Tools of War is the card that says like when you sack something on your turn, you make a 1/1.
Yeah.
It only triggers 1/2.
Dude, the sacrifice decks in the Avatar set are so fucking cool.
Yes. And so I actually created in Limited, I created like a combo. Yeah. And I felt super cool about it. So it was Tools of War, and I had Airbender's Ascension out, which is the one that says like it's a 2-mana enchantment.
Yeah. ETB Airbend.
Airbend something, anything, so you can tempo out your opponent's creature.
Yeah.
And then every time a creature enters, it gets a counter. Yeah. Once you have 4, at your end step, you exile a card and return to the battlefield.
Yeah.
And so I had the 6-mana Appa that when it enters, you airbend a non-land permanent. Of yours.
Yeah.
Or you can give a creature flying.
Got it.
And so what I would do is I would attack with Appa.
Yeah.
Airbend Tools of War.
Yeah.
Recast Tools of War. Get 2 dudes on that turn. Because I would sack something, get a dude, airbend it, recast it, get something else, get the sacrifice trigger again. On end step, Airbender's Ascension would flicker Appa, which would then flicker the Tools of War.
Yeah.
And so I just kept doing that over and
over. It's
like
again. Build your own top tier combo.
Yes.
Very cool.
And so I was just like drawing infinite cards, and like also I had a 4/4 flyer in the air.
Yeah.
While also like gumming up the board to where like I could not be swung through because I had too many 1/1s. I was like creating 2 1/1s a turn.
Yeah. It's honestly so cool. In the same draft I was talking about earlier, I was playing against Jimmy, one of our local drafters, and he he just drafted this beautiful sacrifice deck that I was like, dude, I wish I was piloting it because he was making so many misplays. I love Jimmy, but he makes a lot of misplays.
Yep.
And I was trying to help him too, like, damn, what if you had done this? And he was like, well, I already did the other thing. I was like, fuck, I want to see your deck pop off, man.
Yeah.
But like, there's a creature that's like sacrifice a thing, artifact or creature, and you make a copy of yourself. And then he had the black mythic fleet that like copies itself.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
I'm like, dude, you could just blow my cock off right now. Like, he could have made, like, infinite of those ships, and, like, he would have had, like, a girl to sacrifice for each ship to just keep making more with, like, guys that he could sacrifice and get back for free value.
Yeah, because
I was like, this deck is crazy.
Once you have 8 of those ships, they all become creatures.
Yes, they're just creatures. I was like, dude. And he was like, oh, but I'm having trouble blocking your guys. I'm like, bro, he had turns where also he had the land that like makes a dude. So I was like, dude, you could literally sack this, sack that, make a guy, boom, and then like still get like crew. You could have like 6 ships and crew them, and then even if I swing all, you live, and then you have 6 ships, you win. And he was like, nah. I was like, all right, whatever. But I was like, dude, I wish I had built that deck instead.
Yeah, Jimmy is goated. He was here this week when I played, and he was like, we were running late, and he's just sitting, and I was like, is he just over there doing crosswords?
Yeah.
And Alex is like, yeah, he's always doing that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you know what my favorite thing is?
I want to be on that level of zen where I'm just going to be like, I'm just gonna not
He
look at my
comes
phone.
through. He's
Do
like,
some
"We're not
crosswords.
starting with draft yet. Crosswords." My favorite thing is he busts out the iPad because he needs to sign into the. He brings his iPad to do the event link, and then he has like all the mobile games. They're like the shitty ad games, like Tower Defense. Watch a 2-minute ad, and then you get to play the game for 5 minutes. And he just sits there playing those, and me and Gabe will just watch him play the shitty ad game, like the mobile phone games.
Yeah,
And he just loves them. He's like, whatever, just plays them.
yeah, for real. When he first came,
He's like a
like,
Roblox kid.
the first time he came, I was like, "Hey man, you gotta like put in the code, do the thing." He's like, "I don't have a smartphone." And I
Yeah,
was like, "That is so based."
yeah,
And I
yeah.
told him, I was like,
He's so
I was
cool.
like, "Dude, that's awesome."
Yeah,
Like I wish I didn't have it in my life.
yeah. He used to have to give me his email. I memorized his email from how many times I would put it in for him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, anyway, we talked about Avatar.
Yes.
Now here's my question for you.
All right.
What do you think is the better set? And the reason why I'm even posing
Final Fantasy.
the reason I was posing the question, you whore, didn't even let me get to it. So to me,
Go ahead.
like one of the things that I think is tough is that like if you have the balance of draft complexity and good gameplay because of like good mechanics and the cards are powerful and all the color pairings are like equal. If you just go off those two things, it is Final Fantasy for me. The problem for me is that like what gives me a little bit of a hang up is like it feels almost a little bit like cheating because like Final Fantasy, the draft format, I think was higher power level and felt closer to Cube because of all the printings of Magic's cards. Like if you look, what warps some of the games as much as it does is the special guest slot. And so I would Final Fantasy be as great as it was, it would still probably be great. It would still probably be A tier.
Yeah.
But like I find
Well, I have Final Fantasy at S and Avatar at A.
I have a hard time comparing the two just because like Avatar just isn't that. They didn't make as many of those cards. They didn't make them for drafting like Final Fantasy did. And so like
Yeah, because they saved some of it for Jumpstart.
yeah, so
But
it's
I
hard.
really like Jumpstart.
So it's hard for me to go like, oh, like personally, I like Avatar more because it feels more like a normal Magic draft set that is at the same level just without that.
I was gonna get into it later, but I guess I'll do it now since what was the rest of your question? Was that that was the posing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was saying because of how the format of Final Fantasy was changed
Yes.
by the special guest slot. Do you think that it's fair to compare the two?
Yes, but so like going back to like the rankings, I agree with pretty much all your rankings. Like Spider-Man Innistrad F, Aether Drift D, Dragons of Tarkir C, Edge of Eternity's B, and then I go A for Avatar, and then Final Fantasy S, and that's not to say that like, Avatar is like objectively worse across the board because I don't actually think it's that far behind.
No, I don't think that's true at all.
I actually think they fucking went crazy like banger for banger, like straight up. I think
Yeah,
both sets are terrific.
I personally enjoy Avatar more.
Don't know. I actually kind of feel the same way in a lot of ways because one, I have seen all of Avatar. I really love the lore. I've read the extended comics.
Yeah, I'm connected to it more for sure.
I like the characters a lot. It's a beautiful story, and they for it's like book to movie, lore, whatever IP to Magic set. They nailed it. Great job.
Yeah.
The problem is I feel like Final Fantasy is a harder task. Like you got to take 30 games, all that fucking lore, a huge fan base, probably too big, These guys all disagree with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's the best. No, this one's the best. And you got to please all these fuckers, And I never played Final Fantasy before it came out as a Magic set.
I didn't either.
Jared bought me 7. I started playing that. started learning more about the characters, realized that I actually knew some of this pop culture lore just from like being a gamer. Like one of my favorite wrestlers, Kenny Omega. We talked about it on a podcast episode like a year ago. But he's like his wrestling moves are literally named after video game stuff. Like one of
Yep.
his things is Mortal Kombat. He does a V trigger, which is funny because it's probably arguably one of the worst Mortal Kombat games, but it's only in that game, that mechanic. And then his finishing move is called the One Wing Angel, which is Sephiroth. And he came out in cosplays of all these Final Fantasy characters that I just didn't realize were Final Fantasy at the time, unless somebody told me, like Connor. And the whole time I did not know, you know. Then when I see it and I go back and watch that match, because some of his matches are just like, you got to rewatch it. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's goated. And then like the Sephiroth music, listening to it in the game, and then seeing him come out as like with the Sephiroth music and like a wrestling intro like that, I'm like, oh fuck, wait, Final Fantasy is amazing, you know.
Yeah.
And then like as I'm getting into the lore of some of the games, I started checking them out. It's like really good story, really good gameplay, excellent IPs. I slept on Final Fantasy as a kid for sure because I would have loved to have played it when I had more free time.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a harder task, and they did the same thing. Lore to set, job's done, boss. We fucking got it done.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking wish Spider-Man was as good as that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because that, man, if Spider-Man had any amount of that same energy, that same love, it's corporate company, they don't give a fuck, right? But like, they just want the dollars. But like, if there was like, if Magic wasn't owned by fucking Hasbro and it wasn't like the most evil company on the planet, Spider-Man would have been so good.
So good.
But we got lucky, man. Final Fantasy and Avatar, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom. You know?
they went hard. They showed us what Universes Beyond Sight could be. I think
Yes.
that like what I and
It's definitely
and-
proof
and-
of concept.
yeah, and when you gave that answer, like in my heart, it's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah.
But if I were objective, it's Final Fantasy.
The thing is, like,
and I think that people, like, when they come back,
Yeah.
like when they do flashback stuff online,
yes.
I think they will be more excited to do Final Fantasy. Not that they won't be excited to do Avatar. I think they will be.
So I have both sets right now. I could draft either one. If you ask me, like right now, like, hey, we got AP, let's draft. I also would be like, let's do Avatar.
Same.
I think, personally, I'm having more fun with Avatar right now. Maybe it's because. That's two, guys. That's two. We're cutting that. Sorry. Personally, maybe it's because I got to actually play some Avatar, so like I'm feeling it. I'm like, oh, dude, I need more. Where like I didn't get to play any Final Fantasy. I only got to watch it and help people build their decks.
Yeah, I did a good amount online.
It's hard to miss it.
But
you know?
that's also what was hard too,
Yeah.
is that like Final Fantasy was so dry
Yes.
because like so many people bought it that like I only got maybe 2-3 drafts outside of the pre-releases.
Yeah, I kind of like told myself like, I don't need it. I don't want it. I did want it, you know? But because I kind of numbed myself to it, I'm like, I find myself more excited to draft Avatar but if I started drafting Final Fantasy right now, I probably would be like, nope, never mind. Like, this shit's so good. It was just so fun putting those decks together for both sets though. Like, I think this year specifically, I'm loving Limited more than ever. Maybe it's the cube thing, but I'm like, I want to draft Avatar. I want to draft Final Fantasy. I want to draft Edge of Eternities, so bad. I want to put these decks together. I'm having so much fun now. Like, like you get like the guy in the pod that's always like yapping about his picks. Like, oh, I just drafted this, blah, blah, blah. I feel like that guy now. I'm like, dude, I'm so excited. I did Pre-Modern Cube like 2 weeks ago with the boys. And my first two picks were Anime Dead and Exhume. Dude, it was pointing straight up. The North Star, I was like, there it is. I was fucking rock hard, bro. And then I just like got like Recurrent Nightmare, Zombie Infestation. I was like, ugh.
That's why Mark before the podcast told whoever kid he was playing Pokemon with was like, yeah, you can't listen to the podcast because Stan says some. That was it right there.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Hunter. If you're watching with your mom, your parents are very cool.
Yeah, the only thing I'm hoping though, because this is the thing that I'm scared of, right? With the if any of the sets for this next year are like what Spider-Man was like, especially because they're going to be smaller.
I have to imagine there will be at least one, because we always get like we always get like one Aether Drift set. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's always one that's like, eh. And I'd be honest. Right now I'm kind of feeling like I agree with you. It might be Turtles. I really like Turtles, but I don't know that many people that are like, ooh, Ninja Turtles. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no, I don't know.
I'm
I
like
don't
that personally.
I just want the Pizza Lands. That's it. That's the only thing I'm excited for right now. That could change, but right now it's just the Pizza Lands.
I don't know. Maybe they start spoiling the cards and they're awesome. Don't get me wrong. Personally, I know it's kind of weird, but like I've read a lot of the comics.
I don't think it's weird. I liked Teenage Mutant
Turtles
Ninja Turtles growing up.
is like, like for like lore and like IP. I fucking love Turtles. It's so good. But I just had it. I also play. Well, I don't play, but I do universes, and they just had a turtle set. So I already got like my fix. You know what I mean? So now I'm like, turtles again? Mm. But like for everybody else, it's like, we never had turtles. And maybe the turtle magic cards are just way better because the turtle universes cards were kind of ass. The artworks were cool. But the cards, like the mechanics sucked. They were like so overshadowed by Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway.
so top cards. Is that what we're doing next or what?
Yes, I was just gonna to cap my thought off. We
Yeah.
had 3 of the sets this year were good of the 6 standard sets, 4 limited specifically. So I'm hoping that if we
Yeah, it was a weaker draft here than in 2024. I guess if you rate Avatar and Final Fantasy as high as they were, maybe they carry the year. But I thought we ranked 2024 pretty high, with Foundations being okay for a core set, Duskborn and Bloomborough being pretty fucking fun, both sets. And then what else was in that year?
Dustborn slapped.
Duskborn slapped. Bloomborough was like low complexity, but tribal is always kind of fun. Foundations was low complexity because of core set, but I actually really had a great time drafting Foundations.
What else?
It was just such a big set. That was the only real issue. There were so many cards in
What else
it.
was in that year? 'Cause you don't have the tags up.
I'll just cheat.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's new. Where am I? Oh, Thunder Junction, Murders, Ravnica Remastered, and then maybe Ixalan. I don't remember when Ixalan was. No, Ixalan was 2023, right?
Yeah.
Had to be. Okay, so yeah, Murders.
Murders was okay.
I liked Murders. That was when we went to MagicCon, right?
Yeah. That was
Okay,
decent.
I liked Murders. Remaster set. Outlaws, not amazing.
No.
I think I remember us saying Murders was fine.
Murders was fine.
But like Bloomborough and so maybe 2020, maybe it wasn't that bad.
No, I think that like
I definitely think Final Fantasy and Avatar though, they just like,
yeah, I mean, like, to me,
They're just like dogs.
the only sets that hold with Avatar from last year, the only set that holds with Avatar and Final Fantasy is Dustborn. Dustborn,
yes.
hey, that set ruled.
Yeah, so then this year theoretically is better. It just had more sets. And so this year was better. Well, let's hope next year is even better. It's got 7 sets.
Yeah. All right, now top cards.
So I know you only had 1 card for each. I actually extended it to 5. So for each set, you had a top card at 1. I extended it to 5, and I tried to be fair with the color balancing as much as possible. And then I have some honorable mentions.
Yeah, I had stuff that was honorable too. I just meant like what card clearly from this set was like, it's a banger for constructed. You probably want to get it in limited. It's probably worth money.
Oh, I see what you're
Like
saying.
the card from each set.
I guess I
What do you
just,
think?
I was a little bit more what I liked then. And
Yeah, I think. Trust me, I'm reading now and seeing that like a lot of these cards are great, and some of them I had as like in my brain honorable mentions, but like,
I guess I wasn't thinking of it in the way that you were. I didn't. If you're like going like clearly the best card in the set, maybe I'm not sure about BV, but Bajimo Club, well, theoretically, Wan Shi Tong is the best card in terms of power level and money. But Bajimo Club,
that card is played in every format.
every format, yeah,
Every format.
yeah.
That card is dope. So
I,
anyway, the Avatar card.
Yes, the cards. So these 5 I picked either based on color spread or just like impact and coolness. Cool factor was high for me, but definitely I took impact into effect. And then I tried to balance the colors if possible. If another card wasn't like better, like significantly better in a different color, I left it off the list or moved it to honorable mentions. So for Avatar, Frank started it off with Badgermal Cub. I added Legend of Roku. I think it was the coolest red card in the set that's doing stuff. Legend of Roku is good in standard. I've cubed with it. It's very fun. It's very powerful. It's just like a red card it's very red. I have a fixation with red in Magic. Mono red decks I find so fun when the cards are red and not like the color, but like the feel of the card, like a Wheel of Fortune to me, or Gamble. Gamble's a good example. That is a red card, you know. Like I'm gonna tune it for anything I want for 1 mana, but I might throw it away. You know what I mean?
I might throw it in the trash.
I might not have it.
I might not put it in the bag.
But like that is so red, you know. Legend Roku is like a primo, because it's 4 mana. A primo top end late game. I really need to hit something, man. I'm playing red deck wins or big red, and first of all, it fits in both, which is cool. And I need more gas. I'm running out of gas. Boom, you know, like so cool. And then you flip it over, it's popping. Really cool card. I feel the same way with Wanji Tong. First of all, washing dong meme, S tier. Fred is so fucking funny. He's just like, you have any washing dongs? I'm like, how have I not been saying that? I've been calling everybody a quantum riddler, but not a single person have I asked them to wash my dong. Hilarious. Secondly, the card itself hasn't really like done much. I mean, there's no legacy tournaments, but yes, agreed. I think it's a yet. I think the card is real. It's just not. It's not quite there yet, or maybe its time is not here. The next one I have is Azula, Cunning Usurper. I brought her up earlier. I think she is the coolest card in the set. Azula as a character, fire. Just really cool character. Really awesome villain. The Descent into Madness.
I love her mental breakdown.
Yes, it's so good.
She became the Joker.
But Cunning Usurper is right when she's like the most scary, you know, in the show.
Oh, she's
like,
at the peak.
Yeah, she's peaking right before she goes crazy. And it's like steal a card in their graveyard, steal a card in play, you could cast them. She fire bends. She's been so fun to draft with, but also like we've been putting her in cubes because she's just awesome. I can't wait to play Vintage Cube with Avatar cards on Moto because I really hope they put her in. She is nasty. And then the last one I put was Boomerang Basics. I wanted to put Gran here because she's so crazy, but Boomerang Basics felt more appropriate because one, Gran is only doing lessons.
Agreed.
Boomerang Basics is fucking everywhere.
Everywhere.
And it's like such a good card. Like for what it does, that is like one of the craziest versions of that card.
Yeah, I think that what's so cool about it for me is that I went to an RCQ today.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of is it in the room.
Yeah. There's 3 is it decks and Boomerang Basics is in all 3.
Yeah, and one of the things that like for the is it decks when they're facing each other and they're both playing Storm Chaser's talent, like you don't have a very high density of threats. So your threats really matter. So I was watching in some instances, instead of them Boomerang Basicsing their own stuff, they were like, pop your token.
Yes.
And you don't get the card draw from that. And so if the card is good enough to use as like unsummon
Yes.
at sorcery speed, then like that to me is like, wow, this card's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's like worst case scenario. Well, I guess I'll just. Oh, you don't have any blockers.
Yep.
Okay, so Final Fantasy. Starting with the hot stuff. Frank started off pretty clear. Vivi Ornithir, one of the most iconic cards in the set. since the set came out, even before VV was broken in standard, because it didn't start that way until the bans. The first wave of them, everybody wanted it for Commander. It was expensive out the gate, really iconic card. VV's a popular character. The next one I added was Yuna. Yuna has been doing stuff in Standard and Pioneer. For what it's worth, Pioneer, we pretend is a format. I actually get to play it every week. But Yuna's cooking in both formats. I think the deck is sweet. I think it's playable. I definitely think you can play the deck. It just needs a little love. Maybe we'll see if it gets some support in 2026. The next one has been getting played all over the place. It's fun to play in Draft. It's been getting some love in Modern. And if Orzhov Raise the Pass was better, it'd probably be really strong in Standard. But Sephiroth Fabled Soldier, Sephiroth's card needed to be awesome. And it's super awesome. It's probably one of the most awesome cards in the set. The Surge Foil is giga expensive. I think I have a Surge Foil in the case right now. It's like $500 or $600, like still insanely expensive. One of the best characters in like video gaming history in general, but like as far as Final Fantasy goes, definitely a top 3 character. Extremely popular, sexy as fuck. Sephiroth is hot, bro. Like, I don't care if you're not gay. Let's be real, no women are watching this. But
so true.
Unless you're watching Sabrina High.
She's not.
Winter's not watching.
She's like, I only watch the shorts.
Excellent. Winter's
I haven't even. I think it's been like a month since I've done a short.
No worries.
It's been a long time.
Shorts are down right now. Sal just deleted all his on MTG Chicago because they've been doing really, really weak.
Oh.
So just start next year.
That's the plan. I was like, oh, that'll be another New Year's thing.
Yeah, like, New Year's resolution.
Get back at it.
Hit the gym.
Do the shorts.
The next one I added was one I wanted a green card, but then I ended up picking 2. And Traveling Chocobo is just so iconic. I think that the card is so cool. It's done so much in Commander. There was actually a Legacy deck that was playing birds for like half a day. That was Traveling Chocobo, kind of a meme deck, but it was doing stuff.
That gave me to play Legacy.
I mean, it's a cute deck. It's definitely a meme deck, but it's cute. And they just banned Nadu, so I think it's unplayable now. But maybe they'll give us back Nadu because why did they ban it in Legacy? I don't know. That one didn't make any sense. And then the last card I picked was Tifa. First of all, Tifa Lockhart. We love Tifa. This is a Final Fantasy VII podcast. It's the only game I played, so it's the best one. And Tifa is a fucking baddie.
I just disagree with both of these green cards.
You don't like them?
No, I do, but
Tifa is crazy.
It should be Saz's Chocobo.
Who?
Saz's Chocobo.
The 3-color one?
No. The 1-mana one that gets a counter every time. It's a 1-mana 0/1 that gets a counter every time there's landfall.
Did they play that in Legacy?
No, but like.
But Tifa got played in Legacy.
But
boom.
But the standard like mono green deck right now is playing that boy.
Oh, is it? Okay, well I can replace Traveling Chocobo for that slot.
I saw one yesterday online, and one today in person, and Kaz made top 4 of it today. He was like the number 2 seed going into top 8 with that deck.
All right, we'll cut the Chocobo for the bird. It's another Chocobo.
Saz's Chocobo.
Yeah, we'll change that.
Another one.
Edit that.
Another one.
The 4th card is okay. Edge of Eternities. So Frank started off pretty obvious. Quantum Riddler. Every format.
That card's
just
crazy.
an insane card. It is honestly such a cool card. It's so powerful.
Every time someone says, I'm gonna warp in a Riddler and I'm gonna draw 2 cards, I'm like,
so like when a new card comes out in the set and it's like crazy, like Ketramos, usually it's like, is this real or is this not real? And like, don't get me wrong, Ketramos is real, but like, he's not getting played right now, No, and when they're not playing him after a while, it's like, okay, sometimes it's like, oh, meta shifts. I don't think there's a meta shift that can currently happen where Quantum Riddler is not going to get played at all.
Unless it's banned.
Unless it's banned. Correct. And it could get banned in Standard. I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I think that it's going to just be really hard for game design to make cards that draw cards that don't make Quantum Riddler better.
Yeah,
it's already so good.
I'll be honest, because is it so powerful? If the next sets don't push the power in the color pie towards the other direction, Um, it's only a matter of time, I would say. I think 2026 we will probably see Quantum Ruler banned in standard, which honestly doesn't even matter to me because one, it's never going anywhere in Legacy. It's definitely not going anywhere in Modern because that's the format where it's better. And I think even if it gets banned in standard, it'll just be good in Pioneer. So whenever Pioneer becomes a format again, I'm ready. I wouldn't even bother worrying about selling playsets of that card. If you have a playset, just keep it. You're not. It's not going anywhere. The ephemerate decks in Modern are so cool. If anything, we just need to get Scam back, and we can have Scam versus Blink, and it'll just be so beautiful. I added to this. We got Cosmogran Zenith. It's technically not a flurry card, but it is. And we've been seeing a lot, not just this year, but even a little bit last year. I just so many cool like token maker, token doublers. I wanted to add Elspeth, but I didn't put her on my list here. But she's another token doubler. Just these really cool cards that just like make tokens, go wide, reward you for going wide, buff your guys. Elspeth is very similar in the fact that she jumps all your guys. Olger Tak, I believe, is like the token tripler. Just a lot of these really cool white token enablers. And so like you've been able to just make these decks mono white, like the mono white caretakers, the tokens decks that we've been seeing all over the place. I really like these decks. I think they're so cool. Tokens is one of the things that really got me into like coming to a competitive Magic. Back when I used to just brew my own decks, I started coming to FNMs because I was playing tokens during like Return to Ravnica, like Advent of the Worm, make a 5/5, try to copy it. Populate was a mechanic back during that era.
Jace, that's what Jace first started playing.
So
was
much
like Green Knight
fun.
and Populate.
Yeah, like I loved that era, and it wasn't even that I wasn't even playing the good decks. I was playing fucking dog shit,
Garbage, yeah,
garbage
yeah,
because
yeah.
I wanted to brew my own decks, and it was just Innistrad RTR for me was so much fun for that reason, and seeing all these token cards has just hit because not only are they like powerful, but they're cool. And I kind of like want the tokens to be a thing again, and seeing it actually be tier one, pretty awesome. Especially last year when Mono White was the best deck in the format. After this, I put Ouroboros. I think the card is very interesting, very powerful, very unique. But I mean, it's not like unique, but it's not ubiquitous. Because like worms and plants and like all these like green cards that are like Simic-y kind of want to do like counter stuff anyway. But this Ouroboros card kind of feels like old Simic to me. Where like new Simic is like, we're very diverse. Simic is so, oh man, Skulligator or whatever, Draw a card, extra land. Draw a card, extra land. Extra land, draw a card. Look at the top four, extra land or draw a card, just growth spiral. That's what Simic diversity became after 2019, which is, don't get me wrong, very powerful. That's why breeding pool is the most expensive shock. But Ouroboros feels like a return to form. Like, no, this is Simic. You put counters on your guys, and the counters go on the guys, and the guys get counters.
Well, I think that Ouroboros makes decks that want to play elf. Like, it brought elves back into standard.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of it, like, us seeing that into, like, Badger Molko.
Yeah.
I think that counters on dudes is the best that it's been in standard since I played the format.
Very true in a good way, because that's like it calls back to like old standards where like I'm playing X 1/1 counters dot deck, and it's like dog shit. You got to be playing.
Because green previously, like the last green deck that I can remember being good was Domain using Overlord of the Hauntwoods to be like Leyline Binding and Atraxa, and
well, there was only the green-white or the green-black mid-range Hauntwoods deck that Seth Manfield top 8 of Worlds with last year too.
Yeah,
but like yes, I agree. There was like green-black mid-range, but it wasn't like doing like 1/1 counter stuff, and all the guys were individually powerful.
Yeah,
which Ouroboros is individually powerful theoretically, but he doesn't start off very strong.
Right,
he definitely wants a board.
Right, and outside of Mosswood Dread Knight, that deck was black.
Yeah.
It's playing Shieldred, and it's playing Melissa. And I mean...
Goodbye, Shieldred.
Yeah. And so it's like, that deck was...
I kind of wish they had left Shieldred in Standard, and we got all the way to 2026 now, and then had rotation. Like shielded, like the
I
rotation
think
at edge felt premature. They should have just left it until now,
I
because
think
now we have to wait a whole year.
I think that Shieldred would be powerful into some of these decks that are drawing a million cards in
True,
red,
true,
in blue red.
preach.
But
I would love to boomerang basics of Shieldred.
but I do think that like I'm worried that she's too slow.
Well, yeah, but like, I just mean like in general, like the rotation happened, and I'm like, did we need this? No, but now that we're not gonna have it, next year's standard is gonna be the largest standard of all time, and it is already the largest standard of all time.
Yeah, I
This
really,
is standard now, bigger than modern at inception, which I'm not saying is an issue, but we're gonna get really close to twice as big.
dude. I'm telling you now, we're gonna get to like August, and I'm gonna be like, I can't wait for rotation.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Well, we'll see what the RCQ formats look like next year. I don't know if they announced them all yet still.
They haven't. I think they're doing it in February. I think they're like
Um,
letting standard right out, and then they're gonna announce it.
Gotcha.
We gotta.
The next one on my list here is Sothera, the Super Void. This one's mostly just like a cube special, but it's just such a cool card. And then I put Nova Hellkite there because one, I needed a red card, but two, Nova Hellkite's awesome, and it's keeping red deck wins alive.
If Frank edited this list over Sothera the Super Void, it would be Tragic Trajectory.
The -2 or -10,
Yeah.
great card.
Bring back
you know
Tragic
what?
Slip.
Tragic Slip is very cool.
Tragic Slip is alive. And it was even more alive during Pixie.
And the notes it says Dragons of Tarkir, but this is in 2016, so Tarkir Dragonstorm.
Tarkir Dragonstorm, whatever, bro.
Okay, look, I'm gonna start running it, but we got Corey Steelcutter, and then this is where I was talking about where like Jeskai was like the big winner, but like remember I was saying Jeskai Revelation probably not center playable. Wrong. Card's fucking awesome.
Yep.
It's in 4-color control. It's in Jeskai control. Same with Shiko, which is another one of the big winners I think in the set. And then Clarion Conqueror. Just like an awesome card, Clarion Conqueror. One is a dragon, so that's kind of crazy. But it's a 3/3 flyer for 3. And the whole like turning off like the activated abilities thing has kind of gone crazy. You know, it's just like a consistent cyber card in modern, and it's efficient. It's the kind of card that I would have seen 5 years ago and been like, there's no way this is playable, you know, at inception. And then now you're like, wait, oh yeah, I want this everywhere. Why not? And it's honestly not even bad like as a limited card.
I still run 3 and in the living end sideboard.
There you go. And then the last one I have here is Meringue River Regent, your boy, your unfindable guy. I think the card is just really cool. It's one of the better cards in the set. It's a dragon set, and Meringue River Regent kind of screamed, this is what we're doing, you know, the dragons are back.
Yeah.
After that, we got Aether Drift. Frank started it with Stock Up. Very obvious. One of the best uncommons we've had in a long time. Divination in 2025. What does that look like? It looks like a baby dig. It's pretty cool. Into that, I think we had one of the better Planeswalkers we've had in a while, which was Chandra Spark Hunter. I like the card a lot. I'm a big fan of Big Red personally. There's a lot of red deck wins in Standard currently. She kind of does a good job facilitating the red deck's sideboard plan against control decks, and she's kind of a bitch to deal with because she makes two things. The next one is Lumbering Worldwagon. A lot of the ramp decks are playing this, and I really personally like the ramp decks. I'm glad that they're playing them because I said they would play them, and if they didn't, I would have been wrong. This card made me not wrong, so I'm glad. But it's actually a really cool vehicle. It's one of the only good vehicles we've gotten out of Aether Drift, probably. After that, I've got the combo. Well, I was going to put the combo in of the red guy, Draconautics Engineer, but I actually cut him out for Molt Tender. I think Molt Tender was a lot more interesting of a card, and does some love.
Are you right about that?
It's in Aether Drift, I believe.
Molt Tender, I think, is the. Oh yeah, but that's a green card.
Yeah, it wasn't a color thing. I cut Draconautics for Molt Tender as my top 5 because I felt like Molt Tender was a better card, and it was a more interesting card.
It's for you, Julian.
That's what I'm thinking of, man. I would never let you down. But I did leave my boy Afterburner Expert in the top 5 because one, he's just cooler than Draconautics Engineer, even though Draconautics is probably a stronger card. The whole like red-green exhaust deck, I want that deck to be good again.
That's so cool. It is cool.
It is a very cool deck.
Yeah.
Then we have Spider-Man. Spider-Man, honestly, the least interesting to Frank's point. This one was a lot harder for me. but it was pretty obvious, starting with Jackal and Superior Spider-Man, just like two of like the mainstays in Standard. Arachne, I've been getting to experience, and she is a pleasure to cast. If you haven't played Arachne, just try her out. She is awesome. If you still play Pioneer where you're at, she fits in perfectly in the humans deck. And then Spider Sense, I mean, it's probably one of the better cards in the set. We knew it was going to be when it was a buy a box promo. And Multiversal Passage, Wubber Shockland, I mean, kind of hard to argue with. Every standard deck plays it right now. It's really good fixing.
And it counting as a basic type turns on all your virgins.
Counting as a basic turns on all your virgins. Good. And enables the lands that come in only if you have a basic land type, which I think we have some in standard right now with the rare lands in Avatar, I believe.
Yep. I gotta say Agnihila.
Yes, there you go.
I was playing that today.
Honorable mentions I have here. Weapons manufacturing didn't quite make the list because Edge of Eternities is so goated, but I wanted to reference the Affinity deck that won the Modern Pro Tour. Or not one, but like got up there with Modern Pro Tour. So much fun. Really cool deck. Even though there's two versions of it. Redirect Lightning hasn't really done much, but I think it's still I still think it's one of the cooler cards that we got out of Avatar.
Yeah.
And I think Redirect Lightning is a testament to what we've been saying about how cool Avatar is in general.
Yeah.
The card is so iconic, so flavorful. Artwork is good, but like the card and what it does is exactly like this couldn't have been like you couldn't have like you could like Magic could not be a game and Avatar could not be a show, right? And you're like, we have to make a show and a game around these two words, and you couldn't have done it better.
No,
you know what I mean?
Could not have done it better.
It was so good.
So good.
The next one I have is Consult the Star Charts. Oof. I also wanted to put this for Edge.
Same.
Love Consult the Star Charts. And insane card.
Yeah, it's insane, and it made like when Starcard came out, we were like, we can't believe that they printed a card like this. It's so good. We just can't believe it. And then Consult the Star Charts, and we were like, good night, Grandpa.
And you can play them both. I mean, like you're playing Control right now in Standard. You're like, yeah. Feels good. The next one I have is Voice of Victory. Just a really cool card. We talked about Mobilize being good. We talked about tokens being good. Making your opponent not be able to do stuff on your turn. Love that.
Yeah, it's like a sideboard card.
White Weenie aggro, sideboard. It's good in draft. It's good in cube. It's just a really cool card. And then the last honorable mention, honestly, I know we talked about it earlier. This is how I knew my answer to the question. The last honorable mention for me is Final Fantasy. The list would be fucking 100 cards. The whole set is awesome.
It's awesome.
To make this list, all I did was go on Mythic Spoiler, and I just started scrolling, and I scrolled until 5 cards hit me, and then I kept scrolling, and if any card hit me harder, I'd remove a card from the list, or honorable mention it, and I'd just scroll through the whole list of every set, and when I got to Final Fantasy, I was like, it felt like the I Think You Should Leave skit. We're gonna point at everybody, and when we point at you, you can stand up or sit down, and then when we're done pointing at everybody, you can leave. Every card is so cool. Lightning Army of One, every legendary creature is so cool. There's like the 1 mana Cecil guy, insane card.
The 2 mana or the 4 mana white one that like makes a dude, and then like you could like your knights are like jumped permanently on your turn.
Summon Knights of Round is also cool. All the like saga creatures are pretty interesting.
Were dope. And the sagas in Avatar 2 were like
sagas in Avatar were great. Actually, sagas in Avatar I would argue were better. They were so good.
I like the sagas that stay. Like the sagas that flip into creatures.
Yes. Yes. Same. They were very Fable the Mirror Breaker coded.
Yes.
There's also like Arvin or whatever his name is, like the guy that summons the 5/5 demons out of the graveyard.
Arvin the Usurper.
They're playing him in the Living End deck as well. He's so cracked. They were all so like flavorful to what their characters do in their lore, and good power level, good design, nothing overbearing. All the cards really shined. I think they just did such a good job with Final Fantasy that I'm going to ride that high into 2026 and pray that even one of these sets can match Avatar or Final Fantasy at all. And if they're not Spider-Man / Acer Drifters, you know what I mean?
Please
at least just be like on the tier of like Dark Year.
Speaking of Spider-Man, the Omen Path names for those 5 cards, no one cares. Anyway.
You got me, bro. You got me. I was like, you know them?
No.
I was going to put Schmear and Bagel or whatever.
I can tell you, Multiversal Passage is Multiversal Passage. That's...
Okay. Do you care about the top cards for the year?
I don't even care about the last segment either.
Okay, we were going to do biggest dramas of the year. I'm going to be honest. There was no drama in Bossing Say.
Yeah. I don't buy that, but I do appreciate that.
There was some cool drama, but honestly, you know what? Let us know what your favorite thing about 2025 was with Magic. And if we didn't touch on anything, maybe we can mention them later.
I think the biggest thing of drama that I think will be like the question for them as to like what they're thinking about is, for me, was them announcing 7 sets. And how many were Universes Beyond?
Yeah, I actually, I did the math. I went to go check before we did the podcast. It's 4-3 split.
Yeah.
We're getting Lorwyn into TMNT, into Strixhaven, into Superheroes, the Marvel, Hobbit, Reality Flexure, which is probably like an Edge of Eternity sequel, if I had to guess.
Yep.
Which is cool. I'm down for that. I want to see some Eldrazi's. I want to see some Slivers. And then Star Trek, because you can't have a space set without a space set that's unrelated.
True.
And then, I mean, probably because it's fresh on their minds. The Seth Matfield drama is probably still fresh on people. Commander, I added this to the list because it wasn't there, but Commander is still such a clusterfuck. I could go into that for an hour, so I won't. But like, man, this whole like bracket system / how big does the rule community need to be? Why does the rule community exist? It's just too much. It is so fixable. It's so fixable.
So fixable.
You have it as drama, but like Spider-Man being a letdown, I mean, it's like barely drama because it's like everybody's tea, you know? Good tea is like nobody knows about it. Spider-Man was, it's like, is it drama if everybody knows it sucked?
Yeah.
Even like the normies, like, I heard Spider-Man wasn't that popular.
The reason why
I read it.
The reason why I think it was dramatic, and also a point that Jonah, who I'm gonna go visit this week to play
the brother
RCQ with.
Oh, nice.
He's in Wisconsin, so he said to me that he thinks that Spider-Man saved MTG, and the reason why he said this was because he goes, Final Fantasy, from a purchasing perspective, was horrific because all of the Pokemon scalpers came over to Magic. And
you know what?
And then
a really good take.
And then they did the same thing with Spider-Man. And Spider-Man was so awful that they ate it.
Yeah, they ate a dick.
And so now
it's actually really lovely because they're dumping right now, which is why I don't sell my product. Like when they're dumping, I'm like, I hold. You guys dump. I don't want to fight this race to the bottom. I was going to mention this earlier, actually, when you were like, I'm worried about next year's sets. I really hope it's not like this year. In my head, I was like, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, well, it really depends on what the scalpers decide to scalp because right now they're all on One Piece. But if they move back into Magic, what set would it be for? And in my head, I was like, well, it's definitely not going to be a TMNT.
No.
Unless all of a sudden everybody in the world becomes cool and likes turtles.
No, I think that if it was one, if I had to guess now, I think it would be Marvel Superheroes. And the reason being is that I think that Wizard, like Hasbro, after just what happened with Spider-Man, like walked into the creative room and was like,
that's a good point.
If you do this like you just did that, I will kill you. Like,
I'll disagree with you just for the sake of content, because I think you have a good point, and that's very possible. If I had to guess on what the scalpers will go crazy for, it's The Hobbit, because of how Lord of the Rings was. Maybe they're like gonna preemptively be like, oh, the 2 ring, we know, I want maximum collector boxes, please. So like maybe it's The Hobbit. We'll see what happens in 6 months. And then we can like be like, I was right, you know.
Well, I think that I can't argue with that because I think that The Hobbit will go crazy, and I think that scalpers will come just because The Hobbit will go crazy.
Sure. Okay. I just don't disagree with your point. You could be right. They could be like, Superheroes is just juiced the fuck up. It's got everything. This, that. You know what I mean? I was gonna say something. vulgar,
Don't
but
do
I
it.
restricted
The kids.
myself. I did it for the children. I thought about, what will somebody think of the children? But yeah, so that's pretty much all the drama. Oh, and like the band cadence, I guess they gotta work on that. I really hope they work on that for next year.
I really hope that they work on it too, because I think that the problem is that like, actually, I think Kamari said it today, and he was at the OCQ and he was playing in his deck and was like, I swear if they don't make Pioneer a playable format, if they don't do a competitive that isn't standard and modern, and I was like, oh, so Pioneer? But I love that take. Anyway,
It's funny.
one of the things that he said was that standard fluctuates so aggressively because like we finally have it in a good spot and then a new set is printed and it's ruined again. And so I'm just hoping that they can see that this has been happening, because it has been happening a lot, and that they will be like, cool, we're gonna fix better and sooner, and not let them do what they did this year when they were like, we know that BB's bad, but still November 10th.
Yeah.
We're gonna push it up 19 days just for you, baby.
Yeah.
Like,
you can have 2 less weeks of shitty RCQs.
yeah, like,
Woohoo! Thank you. I didn't change my schedule for no reason. Yeah, we'll see. Definitely Pioneers needs to make a comeback. It's been too long.
too long.
If
My
they don't
favorite
give us
format,
back
please.
Pioneer, I'm gonna kill myself on live television.
Dang it! Now I can't say.
And we're demonetized. We were never monetized. Get them. But
Yeah, I think Jack made a comment like, I don't know, a week or two ago. He's like, oh, but the money you make from YouTube. I was like,
huh? Jack, we don't have subscribers.
we don't. Yeah. Hey, we are at 320 now.
Thank you for watching. I
Yeah,
know you're
thank
there.
you. We have jumped, like, I forget the percentage, but it's like been a lot from the last year.
I can't complain. I'm happy for the little we got.
Yeah.
It's quality, not quantity. With that being said, show notes, they will be uploaded to the Patreon for those that have even the bottom tier.
Yep.
Frank will get those up ASAP. And then this episode we'll try to have for you guys. At the time of recording, it's Saturday because we couldn't record Tuesday before Christmas.
I
We're
was
hoping
dying,
to have
and I'm
this.
still a little sick.
Yeah, we're still a little under the weather, but we're hoping that Sal's cooking. He's the best. Shout outs to Sal. We're gonna start the shout outs early, but we should be able to have it out before New Year, and it'll be a day early on the Patreon as always. With that being said, shout outs again, Sal, MTG Chicago. Please check out his channel, Painter Servant, Earthbound Chicago, MTG Chicago. If you want to show some love to the shop, shout outs to Boris Hat Gaming. And if you want to show some love to the intro and outro music, Nancy Steroids, Frank's friend, makes good music, lo-fi, just a bunch of chill stuff, and he honestly makes a lot of music. I looked at his portfolio. I was impressed with the catalog. It is abundant, which is like interesting because like it's his hobby, not like his career. So like any support he gets is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got 2 kids, so he like pretty much stays up way late into the night
Yeah,
to make the
to
music,
make some
and
music.
then is up at 7 for the kids and
Yes,
working. Like,
yes.
he grinds hard.
That's really cool. So like any support, anybody checking him out, give him a sub on Spotify. I'm sure it helps him out, gives him a bump in his numbers. And then shout outs to the patrons, because you guys are the best, always supporting us. And it really does help us out, especially with the budget and trying to make upgrades. We hopefully maybe one day we'll get a camera that isn't like 480p. But for now, thank you for the viewers that are just with us for the ride. If you want to double check if you're subscribed, like, comment, anything, what did you have for lunch, all that goes a long way for us. And I'm totally forgetting something.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, I always feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm going to make a list one day. Anyways,
Someday.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. This is our end of year wrap up. We'll see you next time in 2026.
In 2026, and it will be our pre-release episode for Lorwyn Eclipse.
True. Catch you guys next time. Peace.